Hey everyone, welcome back to Dork Duo Plays the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. It's time to end Case 4, Twisted Karma.
A man passed out, if you guys remember. I still can't quite believe what just happened.
I know. I inquired with the bailiff after the court session was adjourned, and it seems Mr. Vigil was taken to hospital to recover.
Right. Oh, okay. Is that me still talking, or is it,
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. 10 years ago, Mr. Vigil attempted to commit suicide by jumping out of the window of the prison governor's office. Oh, wait, shoot, I forgot I wasn't supposed to
It's
say
fine.
that. Dang it.
YouTube doesn't care.
Okay. But if it comes back, I'm gonna be very upset.
If it comes back, then everyone who's been putting Suicide Squad gameplay and titles and talking about it would not be monetized. I guarantee you. And if it comes back, I will be paying for it.
Okay. But ever since then, he's completely blocked the memory of those events from his mind. Nobody knew his secret. Not his family, not even the man himself. But I forced it out in the open.
With the help of Cosmo, of course.
Oh, I mean, Cosmo did want to see it. Was it wrong of me to do that? Did I overstep the mark, I wonder?
Sometimes
Probably.
I wonder that myself some days. Bruno!
Oh, Iris.
You were miles away! Anyway, I brewed a fresh pot of soothing tea for you.
Oh, thank you.
You were Edgeworth away! You and Susie have had an exhausting day so far, haven't you? Oh. Thank you, Iris. How thoughtful of you.
Do you know what happened? You happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is. When we came out of the courtroom back into the defendant's antechamber, he disappeared.
Oh, no, I don't know. He just suddenly sprang to his feet and left. All he said was, I must leave. I wonder if he's pursuing the mystery of Inspector Gregson's death. Well, you know what Hurley's always saying, don't you? There are mysteries in this world that should perhaps never be solved. For the construction of a solution comes only at the expense of the destruction of something else.
What does that mean?
He knows very well that when you open someone else's old wounds, you often open your own, too. But he just can't take his own advice and leave well alone. Solving mysteries is too important to him.
Not so true.
But that's what I like about Hurley, after all.
I suppose that's a lot of great detective in some ways.
So then, let's have tea, and then I'll give you a hand.
Oh, do you have time, Iris?
Yes, I finished this month's manuscript at last, with barely a day to spare before the deadline. Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. A brand new story to read in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. You know, I always hide Hurley's violin the days where I have a deadline.
You do? Poor Mr. Sholmes.
I'm sure that's very wise, Iris. How sensible of you. Now then, my dear fellows, let's make a plan of action before we continue our investigation. Huh? What's up?
Huh? No, that I just mean like, dang man, you really didn't like it that much. You just got to go and hide it. That's kind of rude.
Well, I mean, she can't ride if she keeps hearing Sholmes's playing.
I mean, that's also fair.
So, how'd it go in court this morning?
Well, we still don't know the truth about what really happened, but one thing's increasingly clear. Lord Van Zieks didn't do it. Or definitely didn't do it.
Oh, goody! Yes, that's right. We managed to uncover several new facts as well. Oh, really?
And there was another development too. Kazuma.
Yes, it's quite clear now. That Kazuma-sama is not himself. The way he's acting, it's almost as if he's possessed.
I wouldn't call it that. I know. I mean, at the end of the proceedings earlier, he was like a bloodhound the way he was chasing down Mr. Vigil's forgotten past. He's not normally so mercilessly persistent. What's going on in his head, I wonder? I really need to sit down with Cosmo and try to understand what he's going through. I don't think he can. Hey, just saying. Gregson was really murdered the day before his body was discovered. The Lord Von Zeeks has to be innocent, you see.
What? The day before? Well, that should be easy enough to work out. Just by examining the corpse, surely. Oh, that's the thing. We can't really do that. We also don't know where the corpse is at this very moment.
That is very true. I don't know where we put it.
You would expect so. But curiously, no time of death was included in the autopsy report. That is curious.
These are still unanswered questions. There are still unanswered questions about Lord Von Zeeks, though, aren't there?
Ah, do you mean...
I mean, what was he doing there on Frenzo Street that day in the first place?
Fresno.
Oh, Fresno. Did I say Fresno?
You said Frenzo.
Oh. I got Frenzoed.
Darn, back in the friend zone again. Well, according to the man's testimony, he said he's investigating Inspector Gregson, didn't he? Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. He's just... Why was he investigating him?
Maybe because he didn't hear from him for a while.
Oh,
That's what I
maybe
was
because he
saying.
suspected he was passing off stuff to Daily Vigil.
Oh, I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, but then again, though, I don't know. Because we don't actually know what Von Zeeks actually knows about anyone. Because he moves around, like, pretty mysteriously. And it turns out that little room was actually the inspector's secret office.
Oh, that sounds like it has all the makings of a wonderfully devilish plot.
But then why was the notice board in there all covered in all those particular papers? Papers about cases with a link to the Reaper. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about all this.
Oh dear. That sounds more like something horribly devilish. We must start by looking into Inspector Gregson's movements of late.
I never imagined I might have to be investigating an inspector's movements.
Well, according to the entry in his diary, he was carrying out an incognito investigation of the Red-Headed League the day before his death. Oh, you mean he was doing the same as Hurley?
Well, Mr. Shones was trying to apply, whereas the inspector was trying to be investigating.
I do wish it had been the other way around.
Anyway, as it turns out, the inspector who went to investigate the Red-Headed League that day wasn't actually Gregson at all. It was Mr. Vigil, in possession of Gregson's identification.
You know what that sounds like to me? Establishing an alibi. Oh my. Yes, you're absolutely right, Iris.
But why would Gregson need an alibi?
It would appear that the inspector had something to do that he wished to keep secret. I don't believe it. I always thought he was just a harmless lover of fish and chips.
But perhaps they were seasoned with something a little more potent than salt and vinegar.
I think perhaps we should try to move away from food analogies.
Never. I mean, I mean, well, anyway, if Lord Von Ziegfeld felt the need to investigate Gregson,
Yes, I agree. We must try to find out what he knows. Vigil, you say? Isn't the name the lady who came to visit Hurley yesterday? That's right. To ask Mr. Sholmes if he would help her to find her missing husband, and he said instead he pawned it off on us.
yeah, he didn't even pay us anything from it either. Only Mr. Sholmes completely passed the buck to us. Actually, didn't you say that Mr. Vigil had been taken to the hospital? Do you know which one?
Ah, it's St. Sinner's. Oh, there again.
Oh, I'm starting to wonder if all the other hospitals in London have closed down.
But that's amazing, Reno. You found the lady's husband already. Yeah, just not in in the capacity that we thought we would.
Yeah, that was going to be someplace else.
Right.
But in another instance besides this.
Besides court and besides around all this.
Yeah, like, I just wanted to help her find him and then maybe get, like, a little bit of pay from that. I'm pretty sure Sholmes would have shared anyway, but, you know.
Probably not.
Nah, he probably kept it. It's like, you're living here rent-free. What do you need money for?
You probably would say that.
He would. Well, I suppose I have. By accident.
And 10 years ago, while Mr. Vigil was the chief warder at the prison, he was responsible for overseeing the professor's incarceration. No!
So when the convict escaped, he was held responsible and immediately dismissed.
Sometimes I really don't want to grow up.
It's complicated. There's more.
No.
For 10 years after that, yes. While he was ostensibly working as a peddler, he also had another secret job. He was paid by Gregson to be his stand-in, to impersonate the inspector.
To impersonate Gregsy? But why?
He was also socially inept. Nah, I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, yeah, that is a thing, isn't it? We don't really know why Gregson was... I mean, that's part of the mystery, but we don't have any idea as of yet why Gregson would be doing any of this.
That is true. Like, we never found that out.
Yeah. Ginny was right. I'm starting to think all adults are up to no good now. You're probably right.
Hey.
Including you, Runo.
I mean... What? Hey! What do you mean, what do I haven't paid anyone to impersonate me?
That means he has ties to the professor and to Inspector Gregson, though. So I do think we ought to pay a visit to Mr. Vigil, don't you?
Back to St. Sinner's, then. I want to go there.
Well, I think it's clear what we need to do, isn't it? Let's investigate, my dear fellows. Oh, Iris. You're being more enthusiastic than usual today. If anyone has anything to hide, my special Wilson shooting iron will set them straight, or the Wissee for short.
Wissee. That water pistol?
It's stuffed full of a piping hot extra special blend of mine. And I'm quite sure it will be very effective.
I'd better be careful not to hide anything. Well, it feels a little strange that Mr. Sholmes is nowhere to be seen, but still. Let's go and see what we can find out.
It is interesting how, as we move further and further into the end game, Sholmes has been around less and less to help us out.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
Like he still does help us out, he's just not around as much now.
Probably because we keep uncovering all this stuff that he's, like, hasn't, like, really let us know about. But
that is more than likely the case, because it's like, well, alright.
Yeah, I'm just gonna exchange, right?
We gotta go see our favorite person in the world.
Oh, yeah, it's Mr. It's Mr. Oh, wait,
Male
it's Cosmo.
Strongheart. And Cosmo's here.
I was gonna call him Dio.
Dio? No arguments, Prosecutor Asuki. You will continue the trial exactly as I instructed. Is that clear? Perfectly. It's Kazuma-sama!
Defying Lord Strongheart by the sound of it. He never did know when to back down.
On your way now, Asogi.
My lord.
Kazuma. Alright, fine. He left without saying a word.
Hello, I'm here now. Yes, what are you doing here?
Oh, well, now it's just open to ask you a few questions, if you wouldn't mind.
I wanted Von Zeke's trial concluded today. But Prosecutor Asogi's unwelcome inquiries are going to make it take longer than necessary.
Unwelcome inquiries?
As a result, I'm losing even more precious time. Currently 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 41 seconds. 42, 43...
Then we must resolve everything before 3 hours have passed, Mr. Naruhodo.
And a miraculous not even 5 minutes? Anyway, I can't let the man's obvious bad mood put me off. I need information. And you're going to give it to me. Does Prosecutor Asogi believe that Lord Von Zeeks is the Reaper?
I wouldn't know. It was 10 years ago, in that fateful closed trial, that Lord Von Zeeks made a name for himself among the judiciary. But the next trial he fought, he lost.
Really?
What?
It meant the ringleader of a criminal organization was acquitted, thanks to all the jurors being under duress.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
Computer. Define duress.
Duress is the act of forcing someone to do something against them through threats or force. It is an unlawful act that can result in legal consequences. If anyone uses duress
Computer.
to compel you-
Stop. Okay, so did you catch that?
Yeah, like making someone do something against the rule,
Uh-huh.
basically.
The man's freedom was short-lived. He lasted just 3 days.
Yes, let me see. He died in a rock slide at his place of work, I believe.
Correct.
How do you have that?
That was the inauguration of the Reaper.
Well, more than likely because that stuff is public information.
Oh, that's true. And people believe Lord Von Zeeks was responsible?
He was brought to trial himself, but it was shown to have been an accident.
So he must have had a solid alibi then.
Nevertheless, the mysterious deaths continued. In total, 16 persons perished in unusual circumstances, ostensibly at the hand of the Reaper. That's a long run of coincidences.
Well, the Reaper's true identity may well be revealed by this trial.
And the impact that revelation would have on the British public cannot be understated.
Is that why it's a close trial?
Precisely. This country hasn't seen a closed trial for 10 years.
So the last one was the professors? The trial of King Shinatsugi.
Correct.
Actually, we heard that originally. You were going to prosecute that trial yourself, Lord Strongheart.
Von Zeeks entreated me to relinquish the prosecution to him, that he might avenge his brother's death. And here we are, 10 years later. With the son of the man Von Zeeks had condemned now looking to avenge his father's death in the same way.
They do say that what goes around comes around.
However, it would seem that the new young prosecutor is harboring some ulterior motive as well.
Cosma is?
I like my organization to run smoothly, in the exact manner that I prescribe. As with the giant clock in here, I won't tolerate a single cog being out of step with the others.
Ah, so that's what all these gears are about in here.
No, I just like the sound. It's very calming.
It is. I agree with you there.
If the young man refuses to mesh with the other parts of my great machine, I will be forced to take steps. Tell me, have you seen the end of The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Oh,
With the clock tower and cogs and gears?
Oh dear. Oh, what do you mean?
He's going to get Gwen Stacy'd. Not something with which you need concern yourself.
Now I'm a little concerned.
In any case, all your questions will be answered tomorrow.
I don't want to get Gwen Stacy.
Oh, don't worry, that'll be Kazuma. Now,
Oh,
I shall have to ask you to excuse me. I'm like 8 hours late or whatever. As of this moment, I've been delayed from attending my next meeting by precisely 3 hours.
Oh my, that is a long time.
And I hold you entirely responsible.
great. Even though we miraculously managed to fit everything into not even 5 minutes? I wonder if you might agree to us, talking with Prosecutor Asagi?
Discussions between the defense and the prosecution outside of the courtroom are generally frowned upon. However, I will make an exception in this case. Now go. You can go find him in his office.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go see him at once, Mr. Naruhodo.
Cosmo's my best friend in the world, but I'm really not all sure I know how to talk to him at the moment.
With your mouth, silly.
Okay. We're actually gonna go to prison now.
Oh, okay. That's a...
We're going to
I
prison!
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess we'll see Cosmo later then.
Yeah. Lord Von Zeeks is reading. Look. He doesn't seem like he wants visitors, does he?
Nah, I don't.
But he must have noticed we're here, surely.
Well, you're not whispering.
Hmm.
What do you Nipponese want?
That's no way to greet the lawyer who's trying his hardest to prove your innocence, is it?
Perhaps not.
Hmm?
I apologize. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Lord Von Zeeks, speaking earnestly. Oh, the fog will lift over London for the first time in months tomorrow.
This does feel very, very strange. I don't like it. Call me Nipponese again.
Can you start being mean and racist again?
Yeah, I don't like you being nice.
I must say, I was impressed.
Oh, well, thank you.
Not by you. By your fellow Nipponese. Your prosecutor friend.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I trained him well. It's sardonic, don't you think? For a man
You're
such as
sardonic.
me. So, huh?
Nothing, go ahead.
Uh-huh. For a man such as me, so loathing of the Nipponese, to be entirely at the mercy of the two of you. I suppose. It's retribution for having played the part of the Reaper all these years.
Played the part.
Yeah, we went over this before. He took
Yeah,
the
I don't know why
name
he-
because it worked.
Yeah, you know, I don't think he's that good at
What, is your memory bad or something?
I might have a few holes in my brain.
It's as
So
bad as
what?
the people playing this game.
Pretty much.
That is pretty bad.
Having strokes every time you read a sentence.
Gosh, yeah.
You once told me that you gladly allowed people to believe you were the Reaper. Because it helped reduce the amount of serious crimes that took place in London.
I was basically Batman in name only. If keeping quiet and playing the part benefits the cause, a cause I myself am committed to pursuing, then why would I choose to say anything?
But the henchman of a criminal killed by the Reaper attacked you only the other day. And that was just the most recent of many attempts on your life, wasn't it? Someone is clearly profiting from your silence about all this. Someone is using you.
Believe me, ever since the Reaper first appeared, I've been doing my utmost to expose him. Or rather, expose the organization.
Ah, it's a whole organization?
I mean, that makes sense. What one person could get all that done? It's inconceivable that all those accidents were orchestrated by one man. No, the Reaper always appears to have very accurate information about the accused in each case. Which can only mean that somebody at Scotland Yard is involved.
Oh,
he
that's
thought
why he
Gregson was
suspected
the Reaper.
Oh.
Someone at... You can't mean...
It's taken me many years, but I finally identified the central figure in this Reaper organization. Tobias Gregson.
No. No!
Gregson! The Reaper?
All these fish and chips and maybe bloody murders.
But, why does it make you want to kill somebody? So, the reason you were investigating Inspector Gregson is because you intend to expose him as the Reaper?
As I said, the Reaper of the Bailey is no single person. It's a highly secret organization with close ties to Scotland Yard. But there's no doubt that Gregson was the key member of that organization.
I don't believe it. Are you saying that that he was behind all those awful criminals meeting there?
Gregson didn't do the dirty work himself.
Oh.
He was a tactician. His job was to covertly investigate the marks and plot their assassinations. Oh, everything on the board makes sense now.
Oh, okay, yeah, that does make sense.
In order to do that without arousing suspicion, he regularly needed a firm alibi. And that allows Daily Vigil to make him have an alibi. Oh,
which is where
no.
Mr. Vigil came in, posing as the inspector.
Vigil knows nothing of the Reaper. But the room he rents on Fresno Street was almost certainly the headquarters of the operation. Gregson would have met the assassin there for briefings.
So we don't actually know who carried out the killings then.
That wouldn't make sense as to why Gregson was already trying to get Gina and himself to France.
Because he knew the Reaper would be going after Gina.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And he didn't want anybody else to get hurt, actually knowing about it.
Actually, I do have a name.
Yeah, it's Baroque. You what?
I'm going to let that slide this one time. That was maybe the well, believe it or not, I do have a name. Yeah, it's Baroque. Uh-huh.
Like he gets his book ready to throw between the bars. Oh, I can hit you from there.
You are standing right in front of me.
Well, if you can name the man, you have the true identity of the Reaper already then.
Or if I can name the woman.
A woman?
Oh.
She's a young woman by the name of Asa Sheen.
Wait, what? Sheen?
Giselle Brett. A. Sheen.
Miss Asa Sheen. The true name of the terrifying killer I know only too well.
So Gregson was a tactician, and Asa Sheen, Giselle Brett, was the one who put into action. Oh.
She came to Japan posing as a visiting student and murdered Dr. John H. Wilson. Then, just when it seemed that diplomatic protection would help her escape Japan and conviction, The mysterious woman herself was herself murdered in a small summer beach hut.
Come to think of it, ever since her death, none of our defendants have met their end because the assassin is dead.
That is true.
Oh, that would
So
check
they might
out.
be- Yeah, because I mean, Gina would have been like dead by now too.
Oh, yeah,
if
for
that
sure.
was the case.
And more than likely, if she was allowed to come back to Britain, she would have traveled back to Japan to finish off, help me out here. What's his name? His cat
those are-
name was named Wagahai.
Oh,
Sosuke.
yeah, that
He would have gone.
yeah,
she would have gone
Sosuke
back to kill
Natsume,
Sosuke,
yeah.
more than likely.
That's yeah.
I mean, because he traveled all the way to Japan to kill John H. Wilson. I mean, like,
Yeah, so the Reaper's Reach doesn't like just go to Britain, it would actually go to any country if they can.
Mr. Naruhodo, this perhaps isn't the place to discuss.
No, of course not. We can't mention it here. The fact that she killed Dr. John H. Wilson. Because Iris doesn't know it, and it's very likely that the man was her father.
Sashin. I shall let Father know at once.
Yes, I agree.
Kazuma, isn't it? Kazuma Asogi. You say he's a friend of yours.
My best friend! He's the whole reason I got to come to Britain. It was all on his merits. I have nothing but respect for him.
Yes, I understand that only the very best students are selected for such opportunities. And I had a fine demonstration of how sharp he is in the proceedings earlier today. He missed nothing. In fact, his flawless performance very much reminded me of, well, his father.
Gin Shinasugi, the professor.
And it's true that the aristocracy at the time was the root of numerous grave societal problems. They were abusing their power, playing with the common man as pawns in politics, in economics, in war.
Dirty rats.
In many ways, Asogi was carving out a canker from society that we British couldn't deal with ourselves.
Ah, I see.
But that's precisely why it makes no sense. Clint von Zieks was a noble and upstanding man. He wasn't corrupt. Why did that damn Nipponese have to go and take my brother's life? Maybe Clint had something else going on?
Could have.
I mean,
sure,
I don't want to say it to your face. Even though you're the one
Yeah.
behind bars.
Yeah, maybe the von Zeeks were corrupt in some way, and they just didn't want the younger one to know.
In spite of having once saved mine.
He saved your life. How did that happen? Brr?
It was 10 years ago, on a foggy night. What was to be the professor's final strike had sent a wave of panic through the capital.
So Clint von oh, good grief! I keep trying to say Zykes. And I know it's not Zykes. It's
I can
Zeeks.
say you've called it the correct way every time so far.
I know. I have to keep reminding myself that's not the way I've been saying it. So Clint von Zeeks had already been killed at this point. Then.
Genshin and I were walking down some back streets at a late hour. Of course, at that point, I had no idea of the true nature of the man at my side. All of a sudden.
Don't make a peep. You'll come with us.
We were surrounded. All of our assailants were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scarves. Clint was not only from noble heritage, he was a brilliant prosecutor as well. The scum of London hated the sight of him, and they had no sympathy for his younger brother either. I've been targeted several times before already.
Yeah, it's Von Zeeks, alright. We've got him.
I could hear them murmuring amongst themselves. I knew they were after me. But just when I thought my time had come. If I let them kill you, Clint would never forgive me. It was Asogi's voice, just a whisper in my ear. After that, I don't remember exactly what happened. The next thing I knew, there was silence all around. Genshin lay on the cobbled street. Blood was seeping from his left hand. He'd shielded me. Two days later, they arrested him. On suspicion of being London's most notorious mass murderer ever. The Professor. Clint would never forgive him if Von Zieks die, huh? What does that mean? What does that mean?
That doesn't seem like something that a cold-blooded killer would do, unless they knew something else, but I don't know.
How awful for you. All at once, I lost the brother I revered, and the foreign friend I held in such high regard.
I'm so sorry, Lord Von Zieks.
And that's the end of my miserable tale. I never thought to recount to anyone.
Well, thank you for confiding in me.
The Professor, the Reaper, and Inspector Gregson. I wonder just how intimately related they all are.
I still can't quite believe that Gregson was essentially the Reaper, giving assassination orders to Giselle Brett.
Mr. Naruhodo, let's go and inform my father. I'm sure everyone will want to hear about this new information. Oh, that means I get to meet your daddy, Susie. Hooray!
Yes, alright. Let's head back to the Great Waterfleet Hotel then.
Alright. I thought it yesterday and I think it again today. This place is so princely.
It's a wild guess, but I have a feeling that you'll think the same tomorrow too.
My tea has a finer fragrance than whatever they're serving in the tea room here, though, wouldn't you say?
Ah, look what we have here. This is an unexpected pleasure.
Ah, Father. Oh, is this your daddy, Susie? How lovely!
What a charming young lady. And you are? Ah, really? So the author of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, are you?
That's me, Iris Wilson, at your service, sir. Susie's been such a wonderful friend to me over the last year, you know.
Well, Miss Wilson, I must say I read your work regularly and with much interest.
Iris actually lives with Mr. Sholmes, you know, Father.
Is that so? Well, perhaps that goes some way to explaining the bright look in your eyes.
You wouldn't be smiling so airily if you knew just how bright she is. Believe me.
And how devious.
Very much so.
Now then, young Naruhodo, it was a pleasure seeing you in action earlier. As an invitee to the symposium, I was allowed to observe from the gallery, after I twisted some arms. And I must say, it was a truly exemplary performance.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Although I'm fairly sure you omitted by Cosmo on the end there.
No, no, no! Please don't misunderstand. It was you who impressed me.
Really?
You didn't miss a step against Sasuke. We all know how capable he is. Really, to have matured in such a fine defense lawyer in less than a year is quite extraordinary.
It's very kind of you to say so.
I guess Ryunosuke is truly a great ace attorney.
Why does that seem so familiar? And really nice to hear. Almost like it was made for me.
Yeah.
What I saw in court today confirmed what I've been hoping for. The favor I mentioned yesterday, Naruhodo. I trust you haven't forgotten.
Oh, no, you did mention something, didn't you?
But first, We have something to report, Father.
Of course, of course. Shall we take tea while we discuss matters further?
I wonder where Judge Jukoku has got to. He doesn't have to be anywhere, though.
That's true.
Father, do you know what the so-called Reaper of the Bailey?
I've heard rumors. Some members of the judiciary explained it to me yesterday. Of course, when I was a visiting student here in London, the Reaper was yet to emerge.
Right. He didn't appear until after the case when the visiting students had already returned home.
Lord von Zeeks was in the dock today. That was Baroque, the younger brother of Clint von Zeeks, I believe.
That's right. And he's known throughout London as the Reaper, as you've heard. But the truth is, it wasn't him behind all those mysterious deaths. It was somebody else.
I see. So what you're saying is, there's been a professional killer at work here.
Exactly. Someone by the name of Asashin, in fact.
I beg your pardon. Did you say Assassin? You mean that Giselle Brett woman who was responsible for killing my great friend? Shh! That's on the down low!
Hey, hush up! Hush up!
Oh no!
Quiet!
A friend of yours was killed?
Professor Mikatova, I think perhaps we should discuss this right now. Because the friend the professor was talking about is Dr. John H. Wilson. And that's not someone we want Iris to find out about. Not like this, anyway.
Ah! I've just remembered something. Biscuits! This hotel has the most delicious looking biscuits.
That was rather out of the blue.
She's doing this deliberately.
I think I'll go and see if I can purchase some. I wonder, would you like to come too, Iris? Oh, yes. You just try to leave me behind.
Ah, smart.
Sport.
So the young girl is called Iris Wilson, is she?
Yes, that's right.
And she's the author of all those adventure stories starring the great Detective Sholmes. But the name of the credited author isn't Iris, is it? It's Dr. John H. Wilson.
Yes, I know. That's the name of her father, you see.
Her father? Dr. John H. Wilson. I was deeply indebted to the man for all the kindness he showed me during my time in London. That's why I was keen to reciprocate and invite him to the Imperial Yume University 4 years ago.
But he was murdered last year by Giselle Brett. Why? Why would the hand of the Reaper stretch all the way to Japan? Iris knows nothing about that case. But it seems very likely that the victim, Dr. Wilson, was her father.
Well, I can't say that we ever spoke about his family, so I don't know if he had a daughter or not. But I think I can say with some certainty that he was never the great detective's partner.
So, it could have been another Dr. Wilson, you think?
Well, John and Wilson are both common names, after all. Still, it's probably best not to mention this to the young lady until we can be sure.
That's what we thought, yes.
We're back! With cinnamon biscuits.
Can I have some?
That actually sounds good.
It does.
Like, for real. Woo, they smell delicious, Iris.
I think cinnamon will go very well with the tea they serve here. Don't you, Susie? Yes, I'm sure you're right, Iris.
Hey, where is our judge friend at?
I don't care, I want my cinnamon biscuits. I haven't seen Judge Jigoku for a while, have you? But that, it's
still
ringing in my
ringing.
ears.
No, now you mention it, I haven't seen him since this morning either. I suppose the symposium's opening was postponed, he'll have gone to explore the great exhibition. Ugh, not that place.
Ugh.
That reminds me of something you mentioned yesterday. About Judge Jigoku having once been the doc himself?
Ah, yes. It was all tied up with that accursed trial.
The closed trial. A Cosmo's father.
Ain't this something, though? Mikotoba's now been part of 3 closed trials. 2 in Britain, 1 in Japan.
Oh yeah, you've seen it all, haven't you, buddy?
Seishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took to the stand to testify. But he got a little carried away and actually managed to break the witness stand.
Oh my!
Whoa!
He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire, for which he was charged.
Oh dear. Although it's really easy to imagine him doing that.
Well, it was alright in the end. He was acquitted and returned home to Japan together.
Thank goodness.
Ah yes, talking of Seishiro, I have a copy of the photograph we all took together here yesterday. Please.
Oh, what a lovely picture. Hey, I have that same picture on my Switch.
It certainly seems to shout, "We've arrived in Britain."
Someone seems a little bit nervous.
I don't want to be standing by this guy. He's too scary.
Also, why does Seishiro have a look like I'm here?
Yeah,
I'm here again.
too.
Ugh.
Oh man.
None of us any idea what was coming when we took that, did we?
No. No, that's so true.
Okay. So, you mentioned a favor that you'd like to ask me.
Well, this fateful trial you're fighting, one way or another, it will be over before long. And when it is, I'd like you to accompany me back to Japan.
You want me to do...
What? Father, what's the meaning of this?
Now, Susato, you should understand. You've seen how our courts work firsthand. Japan's judicial system is in its infancy, especially when it comes to defense.
Oh, you mean...
The Supreme Court Judicature is in desperate need of a good defense lawyer.
I don't like that word.
And as soon as possible. Really quite urgently, in fact.
But, I've not even been in London a year yet.
Yeah, and you've already progressed this far.
I read all Susato's reports. I'm well aware of your extraordinary talents. And having seen you in action with my own eyes earlier today, there's no question. You, Naruhodo, are precisely the man our country needs.
So, you'd be leaving then, Reno? But then, what am I supposed to do, Father?
Well, someone's gotta help this lad out.
Yeah.
You came here to serve as Asogi's judicial assistant.
Oh yes. She's supposed to be Cosmo's assistant.
Our government is still in the process of deciding how best to deal with this situation, though. And you've always chosen your own path, Susato. And I trust your judgment. In this matter also.
Father.
Please, the pair of you, don't look so downcast. It's merely a suggestion, you understand. A hope, if I'm honest. But I won't force you. All I ask is that you consider it, and come to a decision by this time the trial concludes.
Yes. Alright.
You won't leave, will you, Reno?
That hadn't even crossed my mind. Up until now, I've just been trying to do what I believe to be Cosmo's will. But it turns out that he's still alive, so... where does that leave me?
In the Great Waterloo Hotel. Oh, wait.
Oh, okay, I deserve that one.
I'm gonna say, that's recompense
my
what you pulled earlier.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I get that one.
Why do we have this picture? I mean, yeah, it's great and all, but how is this going to play in
Sure.
anything?
I don't know. Is there a? I don't see anything that could be used for evidence though. I mean, there's a suitcase. There's all of us standing there. And there's a fan. A little thing inside Mikotoba's pocket.
You mean a
Little
handkerchief?
Yeah, I'm just trying to like
Yeah.
point out like different things, but I don't see anything.
Well, if you'll excuse me now, I need to telegram government ministers and the Japanese police with information about Asashin. Of course.
Oh,
Father.
I get the joke now.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it takes me a while. I told you my brain has holes in it.
Thank you. Well, we'll just get some concrete. Fill in those holes.
Yeah, so
I look forward to next month's installment, Miss Wilson. Oh, good. And please do come to Baker Street sometime, won't you? We'd love to entertain you. I'd be delighted. The best of luck for tomorrow, Naruto. And give my suggestion your full consideration, won't you?
yes, I will. Going back home.
You know, Cosmo-sama has always meant a great deal to my father. I'm sure he'd love the chance to meet with him and talk to him about all this.
Yes, no doubt. Asashin. Oh. Oh wait, is that still me?
I think it's still you.
Oh, of course, it's so obvious. Oh, oops.
Ah, Sholmes!
Dagnabbit.
How could I have neglected to consider the possibility before now?
Mr. Sholmes.
Hurley, where have you been? Why, I joined you all for tea, of course. What an extraordinary question. I didn't notice you at all. No matter, no matter. Anyway, to more pressing concerns. Miss Naruhodo,
No. Yes?
I must dispatch a telegram to your country at once. It is a matter of much urgency.
To Japan, you mean?
Tell me, to whom can I entrust the task? Quickly now, who? Well... My father has just now left to send a telegram to the Imperial Police Bureau of Japan himself. I see. Well, he looked reliable enough for a bearded fellow. I don't think what father's sports can be considered a beard, Mr. Sholmes. There's not a moment to lose. Kindly ask your trusty, unshaven... Kindly ask your trusty, unshaven father to see this is sent. I will, but what is it? Well, it's not sealed. You can read it yourself. No question this time, if you please, Mr. Sato. All we can do is pray that for once, my deduction is awry.
Does that imply that your deductions are normally correct, Mr. Sholmes? Which is
Now then! You may be surprised to learn that I am a very busy man. Yeah, you keep saying this. I certainly have no time to hide behind settees and eavesdrop on other people's conversation.
So that's what joining us for tea meant.
I was listening in. I leave the sending of this in your hands, then, my dear fellows. I'm gone.
Jeez. No, wait a minute, Mr. Sholmes.
He just sort of ran off, didn't he? At quite a pace.
And he left the unpaid bill for his tea behind, too.
Frick's sake, Sholmes.
Sakes
Okay.
alive.
I must catch up with Father at the telegraph office. At once. And I'll run calls the cab. Straight away.
And there was me thinking everyone would be clamoring to pay Mr. Sholmes' bill.
Everyone's dying and dashing on Ryunosuke.
God. Now, see, if I ever went off to go get dinner by myself, apparently I'd be the bad guy if I didn't pay for everyone else's.
Well, if you went to go get dinner for yourself, there wouldn't be anyone to pay for your meal in the first place.
I mean, that is true, but if I came back home with nothing else for anyone else, they'd probably be mad.
Well, it's time we pay Mr. Vigil a visit.
Okay. I guess I'll pay for this then, and then I'll go over there. Oh, it's this ratchet room.
Everyone stays here.
It's the best.
Olive Green, Herlock Sholmes, Daily Vigil. It's where all the popular people are.
You think if Miss Olive had a garden here, it would be called her Olive Garden?
No.
Okay.
This is no. This is where Mr. Vigil was brought, apparently.
To be frank, I'm a little worried about seeing him again.
You're not Frank. You're Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
That's true.
Oh, that's you. Whoops, see Daisy.
Oh. Lawyer. Hello again.
Are you feeling better now, Mr. Vigil?
No. Yes. Thank you. Somewhat better.
You're not gonna drink like a concoction of like medicines to like yourself, are you? Because like we can't go having that again.
I know. I have a very hot wife I should go back to.
That is true.
suppose.
She is quite attractive, someone in her 40s.
I suppose I should go back. I'm so sorry to have caused you to... I mean, it was because of me. If I had exposed your secret or forced you to remember things you obviously tried to forget.
F.
Yes, it is all your fault. The prosecutor was here until a few moments ago, too. You just missed him. Oh! Cosmos beat us to it. He said much the same as you. He was very apologetic. But the truth is, I brought all this upon myself. Please, don't think like that. Keeping it from Evie, my wife, all these years, I've carried such a sense of guilt. But that's not the worst of it. Over time, I obviously came to deceive myself as well.
You mean about your dismissal?
Looking back now, I'm beginning to think that perhaps Inspector Gregson didn't stumble across me by accident at all. I mean, he compensated me so generously for acting as a stand-in. He was clearly concerned for my well-being and doing what he could to help. So perhaps Gregson knew exactly what had become of Mr. Vigil all along then. I'm sure this is just desserts for 10 years of lies and deception, but... It wasn't me that helped the professor escape 10 years ago. It wasn't me.
No?
No. I swear it. I swear it's true.
To be fair, he's not in the court of law, so he isn't required to tell the truth, but what would be the point of lying now? So...
I mean, the truth would probably make you feel better if you told it to somebody else.
Oh, Mr. Vigil.
I'm sure you'd rather not dredge up even more from your past at this time, but... If possible, could you tell us exactly what really happened? I want to. I need to get all of this off my chest. I just... want someone to tell me what I should have done.
It was 10 years ago, mate. I don't think there's really any time at this point.
No, please
Tell you what to do.
Inspector Gregson was obviously engaged in a special operation of some sort.
He kept looking to photograph my wife.
I told him to stop it, but he was like, no. He was investigating something that even Scotland Yard couldn't know about. Details of the Reaper's marks, yes. It was when he had to carry out those investigations that I would take his identification and impersonate him. You'd pretend to be the inspector and carry out investigations on his behalf?
Yes, I consumed an ungodly amount of fish and chips.
I know, I had to play the part. Oh no, never! A common street peddler could possibly carry out a proper police investigation. And all I would do is just go to specified locations and make a little hoo-ha. Just something to leave an impression, so everyone there would think Detective Colt Gregson was there. Or here.
So, that's what you were doing on the day prior to the incident?
Yes. He asked me to make an appearance at the park on Lime Street for the Red-Headed League event. So as usual, I flashed the inspector's identification around, and he was very vocal about my presence.
But then you were taken prisoner by those red-headed fraudsters.
Yes. So, you would always make a point of showing Gregson's identification and generally being loud? That's what the inspector asked me to do, yes.
Well, that's one way of becoming a legendary detective, I suppose. Not a good one, though.
As you know, I suffered this bruising around my neck at their hands. But the following day, they kept their word and released me. Without returning the inspector's identification to you, however. We had arranged to meet at Fresno Street room at 5 that day so I could report back to the inspector. But at the agreed time, that's when I heard the gunshot. It was at midnight on 17th June, 10 years ago. That was the time scheduled for the execution. But the professor's execution never actually took place, did it?
Or rather, the execution itself must have been used to effect a plan of escape. I hardly dare to imagine what a chilling plan it was.
Barkley. There we go.
Barkley.
That's the name.
Ah, Barkley. Okay. Barkley was renowned for being the highest security person in the country. Everything that went in or out of the place was searched multiple times. But there was one notable exception. Or rather, one notable loophole. Something that was never questioned. I have a feeling I know what that loophole was now. The coffins into which the bodies of the executed convicts were placed, correct? Yes. Once the coroner had confirmed the death of a condemned convict, the body was taken in its coffin for immediate burial in Lowgate Cemetery just behind the prison. And Chief Warder first had to sign the necessary papers. And after that, no member of the staff was permitted to touch the coffin containing the body again.
That's weird.
When executions took place, only the executioner and the coroner were permitted inside the chamber. I would wait in the adjacent room for word that the condemned convict was dead. On that occasion, once I had confirmation, I went to the cemetery. Who's that? Mortuary?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I went to the mortuary to find the lone coffin, as usual. The procedure was that I would sign the paperwork having checked the coffin, then nail it shut. But for some reason that day, the coffin was already nailed shut.
Huh? No.
What the? I didn't think of anything of it at the time. I assumed that my deputy must have checked the coffin and nailed it shut before I arrived. So, you mean the coffin contained... Yes, I can only imagine that Asuki, having escaped his execution somehow, was alive inside the coffin. The coffin was then taken out through the main gates and deposited at Lowgate Cemetery.
Presumably there wouldn't have been enough air inside to breathe for long.
So in the early hours following the burial, somebody dug up the coffin again to set Genshin free.
But in the end, he was fatally shot in the graveyard anyway. What on earth really happened in Lowgate Cemetery that night, I wonder?
I'm afraid I really don't know. All I can say with certainty are two things. I love touching my face, and I love doing these poses. Osuki couldn't possibly have escaped the way without any help from somebody working in the prison. And that somebody was not me. Obviously, you knew the man then. The professor, I mean. Genshin Osuki. Yes, I remember him well, in fact. Would you mind telling us what you know? Well, having been condemned to death as he was, any contact I had with the man was short, obviously. After that trial, which was carried out behind closed doors, attended only by the elite members of the judiciary, they called for his execution to be carried out at the earliest possible opportunity. The outcome of the trial was set from the beginning, wasn't it?
It was a time of delicate diplomacy, when Britain and Japan were in the process of signing an important treaty. That meant that this potentially No, I had it right. This meant this potentially destabilizing case had to be dealt with swiftly and discreetly. Good night.
I thought it was saying establishing at first. I was like, wait, that's a D in front of that. The man had less than a week in total. As that was the chief order, I oversaw his short stay in the cells until his final hour. I remember being struck deeply by his noble character and incredible resilience. What do you mean exactly? He was a killer of many men. He was always quiet and polite. He was a gentleman, a man of intellect. In fact, I couldn't bring myself to believe what he'd done, so I asked him one day. Those 5 members of the aristocracy whose lives were taken, were you really responsible?
I'm guilty of the unforgivable crime of ending another human's life. Yes.
The following day, the closed trial took place, and the verdict was no surprise. Guilty. At night, when he was brought back to his cell, I saw something. Something unusual.
Which would be...
Something unusual? What? The last will and testament of Genshin Osuki.
Huh. Well, tell us about it.
Tell us, man, tell us. As I said, it was on the night following his trial, after he had been found guilty. I was doing the rounds of the cells, and I looked into Osuki's. I noticed that he seemed to have a sheet of paper in his hand. Ah, his last will and testament then, presumably. As soon as he noticed me, he hurriedly shoved it behind his back.
But why did you find that so unusual? Is it normal for a man to pen his will when he knows his death is nigh?
Yes, that's true. But there were special conditions to Osuki's incarceration, you see. What sort of conditions? Well, even though he was held in a cell designed for condemned inmates, he was allowed to keep his personal effects with him, with one exception.
His sword.
Really? He's allowed his things? That is unusual, certainly. Of course, he had been convicted of killing 5 members of the aristocracy. But at the same time, he was a guest in our country from the Empire of Japan.
Sound a whole lot like Giselle Brett over here.
Yeah. The powers that be were determined, as final days shouldn't be needlessly uncomfortable.
And what was the exception you mentioned? To the personal effects he was allowed.
That's the point. He wasn't permitted to have writing materials.
Oh, so he had his sword, but not writing material?
That's weird. He could have just cut everyone down and then escaped. Specifically, no pens or paper.
So, he was prevented from leaving a written record of what happened. Oh, okay.
Yes, that was the long and the short of it. I have no idea where he obtained the paper. Any writing materials would have been confiscated from him upon his incarceration. As I said, he hid the paper behind his back and then he pleaded with me. What did you just hide behind your back?
Please, please turn a blind eye. This is my lifeline.
But you know it's against the rules.
You're the only person who's seen. If you just agree to keep quiet.
Alright then. What's on that paper?
A last will and testament. This will is the only weapon I have left now.
I wonder, how can a will be a weapon?
The pen is mightier than the sword.
So, I decided to pretend I see nothing. I let him keep his will. But then later, it just seemed to vanish without a trace.
Huh?
Someone stole it? What? What do you mean it vanished?
It would seem that isn't the end of the story of this mysterious will. Excuse me.
I was the only person who saw Asuki's will, but somehow it disappeared. It was after Asuki's execution.
Which was actually an elaborate jailbreak.
The warders gathered up Asuki's possessions that were in his cell. They were all to be sent back to his family home in Japan, you see.
To poor Kazuma-sama.
And you're saying that it wasn't anywhere to be found among his personal effects? The will, I mean. That's right. Though I didn't search through them myself. The Governor Kaiden was livid. He was screaming. It could not have disappeared completely.
That doesn't quite make sense though, does it?
In what way?
No. Later it said that only Mr. Vigil was aware of the will's existence. In which case, how did the prison governor know to look for it?
Oh yes, you're right. I really don't know how he knew. But it certainly seemed as though he knew of the will's existence from the outset. Only he didn't refer to it as a will. What he said was the Asuki papers. The Asuki papers? I really can't tell you anything of the subsequent events. Because, well, of what happened. Your dismissal. And the way you blocked it all from your memory.
I think we need to go see Mr. Kaiden again.
Yeah. I've forgotten all of this until today. I don't suppose it's relevant to the case, though. Well, anyway, thank you very much for sharing it with us, Mr. Vigil. We are very grateful. I'm afraid there's really little more I can tell you. My wife Eva will be here shortly, so I do hope I don't appear rude, but... No, not at all. Thank you again.
But what will become of you now?
Well, impersonating a police officer is a criminal offense, of course. I imagine that once I'm fully recovered, I shall be arrested. I'm so sorry. Don't be, please. This is all my own doing. I always knew that this day would come. Well, I wish you well. Goodbye, Mr. Vigil.
Ow! Keep banging my elbow against my desk.
Before you go, there's just one thing. Oh, yes, what is it? The Asuki papers. I'd be very grateful if you'd make no mention of the things that I told you about them. Presumably for some good reason? It's my understanding that their very existence is a closely guarded secret. If it became known that I remembered, well, it could be rather troublesome, I think. I understand. Some sort of will that King Shinasuke penned just before his death. Which that man himself claimed was his last weapon. I wonder, perhaps it had something to do with his plan to escape. If there's anyone who might know more about the document that Cosmo's father left behind.
It'd be Mr. Vigil's governor. Then we know precisely where we must go. Back to Barclay Prison.
Ah, that poor guy.
Oh, back again, are you?
Yes. Hello.
I've all about your investigations. With the report just now. You found him, eh? Vigil.
Yes, luckily.
Well, anywho, the lad ain't done the work anymore, so your case is not to do with Barclay. I wouldn't have liked you to get the wrong idea about that.
Of course, yes. Mr. Vigil stopped working here 10 years ago now, so...
Yes, we've seen his dismissal notice, haven't we? He was getting the chop. Like that clock in the background.
Oh, man.
Aye, Kimmer, you ken very well. So, how about we ankle biscuit?
Oh, they really are like little handcuffs. And as hard as irons, too.
So, what's brought you down here today?
Well, there's something else we'd like to ask you about, actually.
Is that so?
I believe there might have been a document that disappeared from Gin Shinasuke's cell. I think it's been called the Oski Papers or something.
Did I no say? Gregson's death is not to do with things that might have happened at Barclay. Leave the past in the past, laddie. Let's not fiddle about with irrelevant details.
His expression changed completely. We're clearly onto something here.
The murder's botched execution, and the whole miserable escape. They are Barclay's darkest hour, a shock and embarrassment.
Because the convict had a collaborator on the prison's death, you mean?
Aye, for shame. The coroner confirmed the death of the man to his execution, Courtney Scythe. What a woman, that woman. Crazy thing. My chief one at the time, Vigil, who was in charge of the whole affair.
But Mr. Vigil says he didn't know anything about it.
The rascal wouldn't say otherwise, eh? Well, handcuffs?
Oh, how could I say no? You can never have too much iron in your diet. When Mr. Vigil was handed his dismissal notice as a result of what had happened, he was so despairing he jumped out of your office window, didn't he?
I didn't like to say, but that's just Vigil trying to get out of it. Do you not think he wanted to jump from the shock of his crimes being exposed, eh? I do.
You wouldn't say otherwise, though, would you?
Of course, I cannot shut on responsibility myself. I shouldn't allow him to see me. Actually, there's barely anybody that kens what went on at the time now. With Gregson had been murdered, and Dr. Scythe forbidden from having any visitors.
No visitors? Someone obviously doesn't want her giving anything away.
Well, we're not going home empty-handed.
And I wouldn't have dreamed of sending you packing wit now, Kimmer. Here, take a handcuff or two.
Oh, well, it'd be rude to say no. When we become anemic.
I suppose. There's anybody who might still care about what happened back then. It'd be that last from the forensic division, Mariah Gory.
Mariah Gory?
Yeah, the coroner. You saw him in the autopsy report.
Oh.
Size.
Ah, frick's sake. Her daughter. Ugh.
He's crazy.
She got such a great impression, I was horrified.
Aye, Si's daughter. She didn't have no more, just the one. But the wee Baron's following in Mum's footsteps. You don't ever see her without a scalpel in her hand. Kind of scary, actually.
Some people find it hot.
Well, not me. I find it scary.
Yeah, because no one wants to be chased around with a scalpel.
Mama, what is this?
Where'd she spring from? And did she just call the doctor Mama?
I mean, I would too, but for entirely unrelated reasons.
Dr. Sai's daughter, Mariah Gory. We could do with talking to her. What a gory scene.
Ha,
So-
you got it.
So she's Dr. Sai's daughter. But her surname is Gory?
Aye, there's some family history, I'm sure, but I don't ken the ins and outs of it. She grew up watching a man working with the bodies of folk who died in strange circumstances, and decided to save her own life. I can understand it myself.
Perhaps she was driven by a deep respect for her mother.
Perhaps. Anywho, she was in charge of Gregson's autopsy, I believe.
Right. And the coroner responsible for this incomplete report.
Someone told me once that the wee lassie always loved her mam's stories about cutting up bodies. There's even a rumour that she used to listen to the funeral march as a lullaby.
Well, then perhaps her mother might have told her about the autopsy from the case 10 years ago.
Aye, I'd say there's a fighting chance at least. After all, that was a life-changing case for all of us.
We really need to speak to Miss Gory herself about this, I think. Well, thank you very much.
I'm no happy about any part of this. It took years to let us forget the whole professor business. Can you now get up on this, laddie? Stop asking pointless questions.
I'm sorry. I don't like dredging up these painful memories for everyone.
Can you not just stay away now? Leave me alone till I come back here, eh?
Sorry, we still have to ask you about the papers.
Please tell us about the papers.
How do you come to ken about that, laddie? There's no many folk even here in the prison who've heard of those papers.
Well, I can't tell him. Mr. Vigil told me.
I'm afraid our sources must remain confidential, sir.
We've been led to believe that the papers are actually a last will and testament, is that right? The professors, or rather, Ginshinasuke's.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Aye, that's right. You're well informed, Jimmy.
Oh, is that the end of the silent treatment? But then after the convict's execution, it mysteriously vanished from his cell, didn't it?
Others know. You awfully half-cocked there. I think you didn't quite get your facts straight. It was there in that cell, exactly where it should have been.
Oh. Not what we heard elsewhere.
Huh.
Let me just a wee hook around here. I'm sure I can find it. Aye, here you are. See?
Last will and testament of Ginshinasuke. Written with a calligraphy brush.
Of course, I can't read a word of those Japanese squiggles. But I mind it says he leaves all his worldly possessions to his son back in his homeland.
Yes, that's correct. That's the gist of it.
So these Ah, the Oski papers.
Aye, of course they are. Papers written by Osuki, no doubt about it. There's no mystery here, laddie. That's your lot. After all these stramish of the sliced of an execution, we sent the man's possessions back to his clan in Japan, and that was the end of it.
I think we ought to make a record of this, Mr. Naruhodo. Just in case.
About no. Oh.
Why would we know?
That's personal.
What?
Like, it's like his diary.
It's important to the case! It's his last weapon, his only weapon. Don't you think we should use that weapon?
Alright.
One thing before you go away, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, yes?
Those papers are not to do with Gregson's death. I'd prefer it if you didn't make no mention of them outside this office. Or rather, I wouldn't have just prefer it, considering order from the highest levels of our government.
I understand. So, he doesn't want to say anything about them out. Okay.
See, I, Genshin Asugi, hereby request upon my death, any and all material possessions and wealth belonging to me in London to be delivered to my son, Kazuma Asugi, in the Empire of Japan. It is with deep sadness I accept my fate in this foreign land, and the knowledge that I will never see my homeland or family again, but I regret nothing about my chosen path. Interesting, so this is his weapon, huh? I mean, it seems pretty normal.
Yeah. That's weird.
Now, let's go talk to our best friend in the whole entire world.
Hey, Kazuma!
Yeah, looks a little different now.
Yeah, it does
Not
kind of.
quite as bleak here.
This place could use some sunshine. So, this is the office of Prosecutor Asuki now, is it?
Kazuma-sama is doing so well for himself.
Even though he's always forced to kneel on the floor Japanese style in that dark corner.
It's a habit to sit Seiza style whenever he's working.
Doesn't seem to be doing it now. Kazuma.
Well, he's not writing right now.
True.
I thought it wouldn't be long before you paid me a visit, Ryunosuke. I was right about what I said, wasn't I?
Sorry?
That you have all the makings of a great defense lawyer.
Well, I always believed that you'd fulfill your dream of advocating in the British courts. I just never imagined for 1 second that it would be as a prosecutor.
Seeing you stand in a foreign courtroom, so gallantly realizing your dream, Kazuma-sama. I'm truly happy for you. And I'm truly thankful to you, Judicial Assistant Mikotoba. Ryunosuke, I always thought it'd be fun for you and I to shake up the British legal system a little together. This isn't quite how I envisaged it, though. But I suppose it's just another twist of fate.
I've learned a lot of things during my time in London. Sada-san's father was himself a visiting student here once, along with Judge Chigoku. And about what happened with your father.
Then you'll have no difficulty understanding why I had no choice. Why I had to find a way to get to Britain as a visiting student myself.
Oh, okay. I want to hear it from you, Kazuma.
As you wish, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Can you stop addressing us by our full name, please? That's...
I don't know. It must be a Japanese thing, I suppose. Add a little more sting to your words.
Yeah.
It's getting on for a year now, since what happened on the SS Budia. We're heading across the oceans from Japan to Great Britain. In a bizarre series of
Coincidences.
What's it? No, not that. I mean, what a bizarre. Did they mean series, or is that just actually series of coincidences?
Oh, it's probably a typo. It probably meant to say series.
Yeah, That was messing with my brain. When a bizarre series of coincidences led to those tragic events. I thought I lost my best friend forever.
I must have been unconscious for a long time. When I awoke, I was lying on the bed. It was a narrow little room. There was a posy of flowers by the pillow. And it took me a little while to realize that I was in the cabin of a ship. I slipped out of the room and headed up onto the deck.
Were you already suffering from amnesia at this point? Alright, at that point?
Yes, I didn't know what had happened or where I was. It was just this voice in my head. You're saying you have to do something no one else can know about. Go to Great Britain. Your task awaits you there. It was a calling I couldn't ignore. It compelled me relentlessly. Out on deck, I saw that I was on a huge steamship and we were docked in a large port. It must have been Hong Kong.
Yes, it must have been. Presumably just before they were due to carry your body off the ship.
I had no idea the situation, but I did have a feeling this was in some way my last chance. So I concealed myself among the disembarking passengers and went ashore. And I disappeared into the crowded streets of that foreign port city, so I could plan my onward journey to Great Britain. Just under a year ago, with all my past memories lost to me, I was left behind in Hong Kong. Everything was foreign to me. The sights, the sounds, the smells. My head reeled. I was truly at a loss. I realize now that I escaped as a dead man, with nothing but the clothes on my back. No money, of course. Well, how terrifying for you.
Sounds epic.
Sure. Luckily, though, I had 2 feathers in my cap.
One being your knowledge of English, I suppose.
That's right. And on the back of that, I was able to pick up some work as a deckhand on a cargo ship. Eventually, after calling at countless ports, I finally arrived at Dover. That must have been some 3 months ago now.
Your formidable tenacity of purpose showing itself again. I mean, the man had lost his memory and had literally nothing to his name. But he still managed to make his way to London on the opposite side of the world.
Of course, I had no idea why I'd moved heaven and earth to get here at that point.
So, how'd she end up becoming Lord von Zieg's apprentice then?
That can only be called an extraordinary stroke of luck, really. You see, I was stopped at the border because I had no papers. They took me straight to Scotland Yard. And by sheer coincidence, Lord Strongheart was there to attend a meeting. That's when the second feather in my cap came into play. Would that have been your knowledge of the law? Yes, exactly. Lord Strongheart was curious about an Easterner with intimate knowledge of British law. He took me back with him to the Supreme Court and assigned me to the prosecutor's office.
And then, 9 days ago, you finally got your memory back, as the trial involving Trevor.
Yes, I did.
Ever since I first met you at UMate, you talked about your dream.
Mark my words, Ryunosuke. I'll be chosen as a visiting student and make my way to Great Britain someday.
Did you know the entire time about what happened to your father?
16 years ago. When my father left on that exciting trip to Great Britain, I was just a boy. We took a photograph together the day before his departure. It's my last memory of him. But what I remember most about my father is his unswerving sense of justice. 6 years after he left, a gentleman called at our family home. He told me that Genshin, my father, had been taken ill in England and passed away. It was Professor Mikotoba, your father, Susato-san. Oh my.
Ever since then, the professor was very good to me. He even helped to fund my university education at Yume. I'll be forever in his debt. But nevertheless, I just couldn't bring myself to believe what he told me.
Oh,
Then one day, a letter arrived at our house from Britain. There was no indication of the sender, so I opened it, assuming it was from an old acquaintance of my father. What I read in that letter changed my entire life.
What did it say?
We've already read it. It said that my father had been a mass murderer, and the writer cursed the Asugin. Okay, no, it's not. Oh, right, okay. So his will was, I mean, obviously it would be sent back, but okay.
oh no.
As a result of that letter, I found out what had been hidden from me all those years. Presumably, the letter was sent from a relative of one of the victims. If whoever it was had been a member of the judiciary, he could have been present at the closed trial. The letter revealed that my father had been sentenced to death, executed for being a killer.
I'm so sorry you have to find out that way.
I imagine the British government did its very best to silence whoever sent that letter. But someone who knew the truth and couldn't bear the resentment was always going to be a problem.
But still, it could have been written by anyone. Why would you believe such a thing?
And there was a newspaper cutting included with the letter. It was the first I'd ever heard of the professor and his terrible killing spree.
Well, what did my father say about the letter?
I couldn't bring myself to show it to him.
What? Why not?
Because he deliberately concealed the truth from me by telling me my father was taken by a fatal illness. That couldn't have been easy for him, and he'd done it out of consideration for my feelings. So instead, I showed the letter to Judge Jigoku.
Ah, to the other visiting student.
He faltered for the briefest of moments, but then he just laughed the letter off. But in that moment, I saw it on his face. He was undeniably shocked, shaken momentarily, before recovering his poise. A year later, my bereaved mother succumbed to the strain of grief, and she too passed away. That's when I made up my mind that one day, without fail, I would cross the seas to Britain and seek the truth for myself. The truth about my father, Genshi Nasogi. And I wouldn't let anyone stand in my way.
Oh, Kazuma-sama.
So cool. Not that your father died, but it's cool that you want to go and avenge him like that. That's cool.
What we learned today in court turned things completely on their head. It was an impressive piece of lawyering, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Lord Von Six isn't the Reaper, you know. I almost don't want to believe it myself. But it turns out that Inspector Gregson himself, the victim, was...
It's clear that the Inspector was behind the Reaper's activity all along. It's clear?
What? You mean you knew?
The real question is, who's been giving orders to the Inspector? Yes, Baroque Von Zeeks is the real Reaper.
What?
And I know that 10 years ago, it was him who decided my father must be a mass murderer and sent him to his grave.
No! He was merely saying that justice was done as the law dictates. He's not to blame.
Ultimately, it's people who condemn people. The law is just a tool they use to do it.
I mean...
When a man condemns another, he must take responsibility for his actions. Of course he must. But I know for certain that my father would never have taken another man's life.
Kazuma.
On the contrary, my father's life was taken by the Reaper.
But... I don't know.
Well, we need to go visit Mariah Gorey, so that autopsy report, we need to present it to him, wherever it is. Nope, it's over here.
This came up in the trial, didn't it? That's something a little dubious, I mean. The fact that no time and death was recorded on Inspector Gregson's autopsy report.
Yes, there were some unexpected turns in the courtroom earlier. The suggestion you came up with certainly took everyone by surprise. The idea that the victim died the previous day at some other location is quite something.
Well, considering when the pocket watch had stopped and the scorch marks on the candle. It's certainly a distinct possibility. The evidence and the scene both point to it.
To be honest, it bothered me too. So I paid a visit to the autopsy room earlier. The coroner responsible wasn't there, but I got a name. It's Dr. Gori. If it wouldn't trouble you, Kazuma-sama, we'd very much like to speak with the coroner too. Of course. The last thing I want is for anything to be brushed under the carpet. Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory is behind Lowgate Cemetery.
Locate Barclay Prison, you mean?
You know it, do you? The prison where my father was incarcerated and robbed of his life. Kazuma-sama.
Well, thank you. We'll pay a visit to the laboratory later today.
Ryunosuke, I want to thank you.
What for?
For this. You safeguard the soul of the Asukui clan.
Well, it is a famous sword that's been in your family for generations. My only slight regret is that I never got a chance to draw it before I returned it to you.
Karuma is said to have been forged by a master swordsmith during the Sengoku Warring States period. I come from a long lineage of warriors, many of whom were expert swordsmen.
Well then, you're a chip off the old block, I'd say.
This blade, Karuma, is a symbol of the Asukui clan's honor and might. Apparently, one of my father's apprentices even took the blade's name for a surname.
Really? Karuma. It does sound formidable, that's for sure.
Hey, Pitu, what if you take the U out of Karuma, what do you get?
Karma?
Yeah. And, you know, there's always the Von Karma thing.
Oh.
I believe that is the English localization's little nod to Von Karma. Anyway.
That's pretty cool, I like that.
Yeah. 16 years ago, when my father was a visiting student here in London, he had this sword forever at his side. Which is why it means so much to me that I have it by my side again now, too. And that is all thanks to you.
It was an honor.
Now, I have preparations to make for tomorrow. Perhaps I said a little too much.
Cosmic, you've changed.
Well, I am wearing white now. And I have two
That's
swords
true.
instead of one. No, Ryunosuke, I haven't changed at all. It's you who's changed.
I can completely understand your resentment of Lord Von Zeeks, given what happened. Fact is, those events in this case are, well,
Unrelated? Is that what you want to say? How can you be so sure?
what do you mean?
Never mind. That man is the Reaper, and it's for that reason that the Inspector was killed. I'm going to prove as much in court tomorrow, by whatever means necessary.
I can't let you do that, Cosmo.
I know you'll do what you have to as a lawyer, but I'm sure I don't need to tell you that I won't be taking any prisoners in the courtroom.
I'll expect nothing less.
Do whatever you can to get that guilty verdict, just like Von Karma and Edgeworth.
Oh, dare.
Until tomorrow, then, in the Old Bailey. Let's go see Mommy's weird daughter.
Okay. It's like, see, keep
Oh,
building all
it's
these
a
up.
whole lot more pink in here than last time. And
Very
there's a lot
lovely.
more dolls and stuff.
She decided to sprucing up the place, I see. Taking up knitting, too. This place really is creepy, isn't it?
Well, being a dead room, it's probably full of the spirits of the dissected. But actually, there's a rather pleasing scent of roses in the air. Well, being a dead room, the corner probably needs a bold scent like that to mask the odor of death.
Iris, you think we could change the subject?
What was that?
Oh. Dr. Gory.
What?
That noise before.
I was sharpening my tools. I'd be dead meat if I didn't keep a perfectly keen edge on them.
Right.
Right.
When following the collagen fibers in the dermis, an expertly sharpened scalpel cuts like cheese. Would you like a demonstration? Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see.
No,
Iris, can we
no.
please change the subject? Then, I think you'll do nicely.
Huh? No! No, I wouldn't do nicely at all! I mean, maybe some other time. Don't say that either, man. Dang it. Is that a tut? Well,
King?
we came here to ask questions, so... King Tut.
Ugh. Ugh, I don't want to talk to her. Oh, we gotta present the autopsy report. That is why we're here.
One of my friends, like, specifically likes, girls like this.
Oh, well, he'd get a kick out of Mariah Gory then.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Gory, we actually came to ask you about this.
He was very good.
Good? Sorry?
His skin didn't snag my blade once, and very little mass. His joints dislocated easily, and his muscle tissue was a pleasure to work with.
We just get the details. But there was one thing about the report that caught my attention. You don't seem to have a record. I recorded a time of death.
That's not my fault.
Oh, that made me jump.
You are just as pale as your mother, but your eyes are nice. But they
are
also
very-
make you look a little bit more dead, too, because it's a pale green.
They kind of remind me of what's her name? Frick, I forgot. Y'all guys probably already know. Some ghost lady from off One Piece.
Oh, I have no idea. Then please, tell us what happened. Actually, how old even is Mariah? Like, she can't be too old, right? And she's already, like... Oh, she's 19. That's pretty young for being as, like, the position she's in.
Yeah. Huh. Thought she was younger than that, but oh well. So, why doesn't this autopsy report include the victim's time of death then? It's really the most crucial detail.
I just noticed her badge is a dead face.
Oh, like...
That's funny. I was told not to write it.
What? By whom?
Male Strongheart, the Lord Chief Justice. He came here.
Lord Strongheart came.
He said that from the witness statements about the gunshot and the other evidence. It was obvious. The man clearly died at 5 p.m. on 1st November, when the gunshot was heard. That's not the time of death you wrote in the report. You didn't write anything. Was there some reason you didn't include it?
Dr. Gory, if you're hiding something under Lord Strongheart's instructions, then sooner or later, you're going to have to go the same way as your mother. You probably shouldn't say that.
Give it here, then.
Hmm? What's she scribbling so fiercely?
We're getting an updated autopsy report. There.
You've written...
What? What's she written? Tell us.
Indeterminate?
Uh-huh.
Indeterminate?
Uh-huh. But... Also, I really like that we just got an update autopsy report, because that's something we had to deal with in the first Ace Attorney game.
It was?
Mm-hmm. It's in case 2. We didn't get very far when we tried the first time, but...
Ah, okay, that makes sense. What do you mean by that? Why was the time of death indeterminate?
Because it can't be determined. Why else? When the specimen was brought in, it was still fresh. So the time of death could easily have coincided with when the gunshot was heard. But there was one small discrepancy.
What discrepancy?
There was some fried fish in the pocket of the specimen's overcoat. His food came back to bite us all in the butt.
Fried fish.
And that fish had started to rot.
Rot. What?
Why did you say it like that? that was so creepy. Yes, but why did you like go?
That's what came into my mind when you said that.
Oh, great. If the victim liked fried fish, he presumably liked to eat it before it went off.
Well, yes. What are you really trying to say?
Wait. Hold on. That means that he let the fish go bad before he could eat it, which means he died earlier. Oh, they can't figure it out when. Or maybe. It's possible that someone tried to manipulate the apparent time of death.
Manipulate the... Is that even possible to do?
Theoretically, if you were to chill the body in ice, you could delay the onset of putrefaction. It wouldn't smell so bad if you froze it, basically. And the overcoat wasn't on the body at the time.
Then only the fish would have started the rot.
With today's science, it's not yet possible to determine if the body was chilled or not.
Today's science is advanced enough to let you freeze a corpse, it seems.
But surely, to chill a corpse like that would require an enormous electrical refrigerator. And I don't imagine many households in London are equipped with such a device. No, definitely not. But maybe in a factory? Or some other special places? I don't recall seeing any factories or such like on Fresno Street, though. I wonder, if the inspector's body had been chilled somehow, what might the actual time of death have been? Indeterminate. I couldn't say for sure. But at the most, it might have been a day earlier.
No!
In other words, it would corroborate your previous deduction, Mr. Naruhodo. The Inspector Gregson was killed a day before his body was discovered, at a different location.
You know what makes sense. Did you inform Lord Strongheart of this possibility?
He simply said that there was no electrical refrigerators of that size in the vicinity.
Oh yes, one other thing. It's something the governor of Barclay Prison told us. He said that your mother, Dr. Scythe, was responsible for confirming the death of the professor after his execution.
The professor.
Apparently, you always enjoyed listening to your mother's stories about her work, so we're wondering if you might know something about what happened 10 years ago.
She was 9. That's not all Mama did.
Sorry?
My mama carried out the autopsy of Clint von Zieks as well. Really?
You don't say. What? Really? Boy of Lord von Zieks, the professor's final victim.
The idea of carrying out an autopsy on a member of the aristocracy was completely unthinkable back then. But the detective in charge of the investigation insisted, and it was miraculously authorized. That detective being Inspector Gregson, of course.
Quite an accomplishment for one man.
That autopsy provided the vital clue needed to arrest the killer. And Mama was there for that historic event.
What does all this mean?
You know, that amazing autopsy happened right here in this very room. The professor and Clint von Zieks. They both spent their final moments before their burial on that dissection table there. So this lab, Mama's lab, was instrumental in some of the country's most important events.
Bless you.
She really is proud of her mother. Thank you. I wonder if you tell us more about exactly what happened back then, Dr. Gory.
The professor's execution was Mama's first big case. She had to be in attendance at Barclay Prison's execution chamber and sign the certificate to confirm the convict's death. Mama's the best court in the world, you know. I was so proud of her.
But the execution didn't actually take place.
No. And worse still, Mama actually helped with the jailbreak. I didn't want to know. Oh dear. You found out recently, you mean? I believed in her, in Mama, but now I wonder if I'm starting down the same path as her.
Well, you have a chance to very easily stop.
Yeah, you can just look the other way and actually
You're
help.
young enough and you are early enough in your career where you can very easily help us out and stop.
Yeah, you can join our team. You mean because you omitted the time of death of this autopsy report? That's because Lord Strongheart forbade you from including it.
Just like Mama. I'm sure she was coerced by somebody too.
Yes, and that's my feeling as well.
There's no doubt that there were powerful forces at play 10 years ago. The execution couldn't have been staged without a lot of people at the prison knowing about it. Obviously, the prison governor must have been in on it as well. The big man with the little handcuffs? According to what he told us, he was tricked by the chief warder. He says he knew nothing about it. Of course he said that. I'd say the same thing.
Just who was behind that jailbreak all those years ago? You mentioned the autopsy of Clint von Zieks.
It was at a time when carrying out autopsies of murder victims was very unusual. It's still not a practice observed in our country even now. It turned out that he was the professor's final victim, and when the autopsy was performed, Mama was present, although only as a secondary assistant. The person doing the procedure was called Dr. John H. Wilson.
Oh, dear.
He's connected to the professor case.
Oh.
Everyone on that list: A. Sheen, J. Wilson, K. Osogi, and T. Gregson, all connected.
Yeah, so everyone...
Well, actually, we don't know completely how Asashin is connected, but that's the...
We do... Yeah, we do know that she was killed as well, because she was on that list.
Yeah. Like, and the other three, that's the connection, because Wilson is the one that doesn't really have much of a connection until just now.
Right.
That's right, my daddy! And there was one other person present, the primary assistant. He was a visiting student from the Far East.
Well, they'd be Mikotoba, the professor... Well, that can be the professor. Mikotoba or Jigoku. But probably Mikotoba.
Wait, a visiting student?
It must have been my father, Eugene Mikotoba.
I had no idea Professor Mikotoba had been involved in something so important.
But the outcome of the historic autopsy was the discovery of a vital piece of evidence that led to the capture of the professor.
So that's how they came to identify Genshin Natsuki as the infamous mass murderer. Do you happen to know anything about the piece of evidence? Can you tell us any more?
Would you like to see the records for yourself?
What? Would that be alright?
I mean, the chief coroner is saying it's alright, so...
I mean, I guess so.
What's the point of keeping records if people can't look at them? They're filed under V at the back of those cupboards, with the other records from the last decade.
Thank you. Man, I sure hope you don't die. Let's see. Von Zeeks. That's strange.
What, Mr. Nahodo?
They aren't here. There's nothing under Von Zeeks.
Who stole the files?
Somebody's
There
being-
must be!
Perhaps somebody took them away?
No. No one's allowed to take documents related to the Professor case out of this room. But you're right. They're gone!
Well, when was the last time somebody looked at them? Do you remember?
It was... Oh yes, I remember now. It was 2 years ago. A consulting detective came one day, saying that he'd like to see the records.
No, you don't mean...
Herlock Sholmes was his name. Sholmes?!
Why does Sholmes have it?
Why haven't you returned them?!
Ah! Deep down, I knew that was coming.
Do you think he stole the record? I think he
Wanted to take them... He partially stole. I think he also just kind of still needs them for some reason.
Or he forgot. I don't know. He couldn't have forgotten.
Hard to
something
say,
that important.
honestly.
No,
Ugh.
surely not. Iris, that can't be right. Can it?
Could you imagine if he stored them at Pop Windibank's?
Oh god. Somebody just will happen to found... Oh, wait a minute, though. What if he did?
I mean...
What if you put them with the, Hounds of Baskerville?
They might be there!
Oh, dear. That means we gotta go.
I mean, it's the safest place.
Yeah, no one would think to look for that. Iris? Iris?
Bruno? I hope you don't mind, but
What is it, Iris?
I just remember something very important I have to do. I'm going to have to leave you now. Oh, this is very sudden, Iris. Well, we'll come with you then. Oh no! No, there's no need. You and Runa can take your time here. Bye for now then. Good luck! Wait a minute, little girl. Me? I remember now. You've been here before, haven't you?
Uh-oh. Were you here 2 years ago with Hurley?
Oh dear. Have you, Iris?
Yes, 2 years ago, when that detective came. You were with him, weren't you? You were a living specimen then, too.
Are you saying she's dead now?
That's the way it usually works, yes.
Was I? I really don't remember. Anyway, sorry, but I must dash.
Wait, Iris.
I'll brew a pot for you when you get home.
What's the matter with her? She's behaving really strangely all of a sudden. Well, in that case, we won't keep you any longer either.
It's been quite a while since I had any visitors. This was really fun. But next time you come, I'd prefer it if you're ready for dissection.
I can't make any promises, sorry. It's a bit strange that the records of Clint Von Zeek's autopsy have disappeared. But I think we've asked all we came to ask now.
Alright. Time to go to Fresno Street Room.
There's so many mysterious things that are happening. No one's saying anything either. That's really irritating.
Yep. Very hush-hush case.
The police are still busy investigating in here then.
But Gina's nowhere to be seen. Where is she?
Yes, it's been blissfully quiet, hasn't it? Perhaps she's out investigating on her own, practicing what her boss taught her.
Although I do believe that may be her box or Gregson's.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I expect she'll be back before too long. Shall we wait?
Actually... there's something different about this room since the last time we were here, isn't there?
Is there? We could always use the time to investigate more thoroughly. What is different here aside from that box? If that was that box here last time? I don't think it was.
I don't think that box was
Yeah,
there.
it's the trunk. Yep.
This little trunk wasn't here before, was it?
Oh, it appears to be made of metal. It must be very heavy.
Metal.
Metal. Schrock. I've been watching did that come across your feed as well? The Apollo and
Yeah.
Friends? Oh,
Yeah,
dude, those are always good to watch, like, right before going to bed.
No.
Glask. I wonder to whom it belongs. Step up. There's... We're gonna be freaking quoting that instead of playing this game.
Gee whiz.
There's some initials on the outside. Look. TG. I Friday. Ha 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 ha. Today's Tuesday. That's...
Ugh. Well, I mean, the T could still stand for that. TJ. Oh, I know it, the cutting, because the last initial is Friday. Shit, gee whiz. Okay, let's ask one of the policemen if they know how it came to be here.
Bravo. Outstanding.
Oi! What you think you're doing? What's all
That's
this
right.
then?
Yeah.
That's my trunk, that is. Hands off. Gina.
What? Where were you hiding?
I don't know. You leave something on a tent for a few seconds, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry's got his gritty eyes on it.
Just a wild guess, Gina, but
What? Spit it out, Otto.
is it fair to say that you've only owned that trunk since this morning's trial?
What? What are you trying to say? Come on, this trunk goes with me everywhere. Always has. Where have you been the last year?
Trying not to incur your wrath, mainly.
Well, let's talk to her.
You're a boss.
You should hear them talking in the yard now. They should be ashamed of themselves. They're saying that it was the boss who killed all them bludges.
Ah, you mean the whole Reaper thing?
Yeah. Apparently the boss was investigating stuff that no one else in the yard knew nothing about. Stuff to do with all them criminals but got off scot-free.
Yes, the ones prosecuted by Lord von Zeeks who used bribery and corruption to evade a conviction.
Well then obviously, it was that bloomin' Reaper giving the orders, weren't it?
But why would people be suspecting Inspector Gregson of being involved in the killings?
There was a notebook in his office.
Oh no, this doesn't sound good.
It had details about all the crimes that had been pegged as the Reaper's work.
What?
No. Did you see it, Gina? Did you see that notebook? They wouldn't flamin' let me, 'cause I'm just an apprentice, apparently. But it was me who found it, and he was my boss. That's right. I was pretty miffed about it, so
You took it?
I sneaked a peek at what it said anyway. Oh.
That's our Gina.
It helps to have a diving detective.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess she still needs to use her skills for that sort of thing too, don't she?
Mm-hmm.
So, you managed to see what was written in Gregson's secret notebook anyway, did you?
Way I see it, it's my right to read what he wrote.
I mean, I'd agree with you there.
I mean, that's true.
And what had he written, Gina? Dates, times, places, names, and all along...
Oh, also, a little detail.
Isn't it neat how, like, she's gone from being basically illiterate to she can read in such a short amount of time?
That actually makes me pretty proud of her, though. She's come a pretty long way in those last few months.
All
Good
details
for
about the
her.
blood is supposed to have been done in by the Reaper. But there could be an explanation for that. Perhaps there's a record of the inspector's investigations into the Reaper's activities. Exactly! That's what I said! That's the first thing you think, right? As it happens, it was full of names I recognized anyway. Really? Oh, well, yeah.
Well, the Reaper's targets are almost exclusively known leaders of London's criminal underworld.
Well, yeah, but there was one name right at the end that was a bit odd. Was it Natsume? Gregson? Like, who? What name was in there?
Oh. At the end of the list, you mean?
I'm pretty sure the date against it was 31st October. Oh, the day before the inspector was found dead.
Ah, okay.
That means he died on 31st October.
Oh, alright. That actually helps. So, what was the odd name?
It wasn't like a name I've ever seen before. It was something like, nah, it's no good. I can't remember it. I don't think it was an English name, put it that way. Well, that'd either be Naruhodo, Mikotoba, Jigoku, Asashin. That's not an English name, but, you know.
Yeah. Was it Nipponese?
Oh dear. What a pity. There was something else, too. I don't know if it matters, but the same name kept coming up over and over. Sheen, it was. Don't suppose it means anything, but...
Did you say... Jean?
Eh? What? It does mean something?
Lord Von Zieks knew the name too. He mentioned her as well. The woman who actually did the deeds. And now, we find out her name appeared in Gregson's secret notebook. We haven't seen for a little while, have we, Gina?
Well, of course not. I've been busy, ain't I? Investigating and all that. The lads at Yard are trying to trace the boss's movements the day before it happened.
Day before, that would be the undercover investigation into the Red-Headed League then.
Only the boss didn't go, did he? You found some cove what was pretend to be him, didn't you, Otto?
Yes, it was Mr. Vigil who actually went to the park on Lime Street that day, posing as Gregson.
Well, anyway, you ain't the only one turning stuff up. I got me own ways of getting results. When me and partner get together, there's nothing we can't track down. Oh, little Toby. He's such a faithful friend.
So, have you tracked down anything? Have you tracked anything down yet?
What do you think, eh? Of course we have. Can't tell you though. Police business, innit? Anyway, the point is, if I ever need any help, you know who to turn to, right? Me and the L-Hound here. That little pupper.
Right, because he looks oh so hellish on this.
Just a Satan spawn, honestly. That cute face. That aggressive tail waggling. Ah,
You'll submit to him in a hurry.
that's...
I mean, that's honestly true, I would. Gina, about your hellhound there.
Chief Inspector Toby, you mean? He's a part of the force, he is. In Japanese, police dog means something quite different, and not altogether nice to those involved in crime. But here in Britain, it's a wonderful compliment, it seems. For a canine, at least.
It should be. After all, in the Great Exhibition case the other day, it was Toby here who managed to locate Trevor's workshop.
That's true. Maybe it's time for that demonstration of what this super dog can do, huh?
We have something that the Chief Inspector could catch the scent of, I wonder?
I mean,
Sniff
presumably,
this hair.
if Gregson did wear this.
I mean, that is true. Well, Chief Inspector Toby, if you wouldn't mind having a sniff of this. He might be a little too keen, don't you think?
Ah!
Whoa.
Oh no!
Jesus.
She was
Jesus.
licked to death! Rip!
Oh.
We lost
man,
a good
rest in
one.
Spaghetti. Never forgetty.
Never forgetting!
Look who he's gone to.
Yep, it was definitely Gregson wore that who had... Wow, let me try that again. It was definitely Gregson who wore that. My,
Yeah, he was making all the hoo-ha.
that trunk clearly has a very strong scent still. Of Inspector Gregson.
In other words, it must have belonged to him.
Oh, alright. It's a fair cop, I suppose.
You nearly got away with it, too. If it wasn't for that meddling dog.
You always talk so proudly of Chief Inspector Toby's nose and what it can achieve. Did it not cross your mind that he might identify something that was right next to us? Yeah, that was a bit of a bloomer, wasn't it?
That's enough now then, Gina.
Eh?
I think it's time you told us the truth about that trunk.
And how much junk's in there? It wasn't like that. It just wasn't.
What are you talking about?
I know it's going through that head of yours. That ain't what happened. I don't know what you think is going through our head right now.
The only thing that's going on in my head is Toby. But, alright then. What did happen?
Well, like I said before, we were trying to trace the boss's movements. So I let Toby have a whiff of the boss's overcoat. And as soon as I'd done that, he went off like a shot. Straight to that sandwich. Wait. He went straight to Beppo? Why? Does Beppo have Gregson's overcoat? We just didn't notice that?
Did he?
I don't think he did. I mean, I don't... The thing is, we know Beppo is... Well, we don't know, but I'm certain Beppo is much shorter than Gregson. I don't remember...
Yeah.
We would have noticed him wearing an overcoat that belonged to Gregson. I'm sure we would have.
Maybe because he was had some dealings with him. Maybe he gave him something.
Oh, maybe.
To a sandwich, not to a bag of chips?
Mr. Naruhodo, I believe Gina means the witness. Yeah, he definitely was not wearing Gregson's overcoat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that sandwich. This is making me actually want fried fish sandwiches right now.
Yeah, and he had it between them wooden boards of his. The boss is Really?
Yeah. Like, bro, have you ever had like fried tilapia before? It's freaking delicious.
Wait, hold on. I was saying really to having it between the boards, but now we're talking about food. Repeat?
Oh. Have you ever tried like fried tilapia?
I've never had
before?
fried
It's
tilapia. I've only had, like mom's just like grilled tilapia, and that is, it's
grilled tilapia
it's
is-
plain, but it's so delicious on its own.
Yeah, I've had that too. It was great.
Dude, it's like, it's so easy on the stomach. There's not much of a fish taste, but it's got just enough taste. It's so good.
Right?
Ah.
Best.
It's also not bad for if you're feeling ill, because it's not very strong on the fish taste.
Exactly. Like, I remember I had it when I was, I think when I was, like, getting over that weird throat infection before as well. Like, when I was feeling well enough to actually eat something. That's
Yeah.
what I had. It was very good. You mean, when they heard the sound like a gunshot and all piled in here?
Exactly. He nabbed it from the scene. Goodness. I mean, the chief inspector gave that sandwich a good grilling, and you know what he said? I thought I might fetch a good price, and the chap wouldn't be knitting anymore, so... But that's all I did. Nothing more, nothing less. But you haven't either cheek of it, eh? Stealing the dead boss's stuff to flog?
So Miss Gina was the only one to meddle with the scene of the crime then.
What are you chuckling at?
I don't know. She just...
Oh.
This is my favorite character so far.
Oh, Gina, yeah.
Yeah. She's so spunky. I like her.
How could they? So anyway, that's how it happened. And it's a pretty decent chunk, so I figured I might as well make use of it. Is there something wrong with that, eh? Well...
Maybe you and Mr. Sandwich should try to find the answer to that question together.
Ooh!
Still can't be taking things, Gina.
I think perhaps the trunk should be turned over to the police, don't you? She is the police.
No. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What are you on about? I am the police!
Gina, if you wouldn't mind, will you maybe examine it?
Yeah, alright then. Do what you want with it. Thank you. We shall make a detailed record of our examination of the evidence. And
Turn
now
over to
let's
the police
look inside
indeed.
that trunk.
What? What's the matter with Toby? Why is he acting so aggressively towards me all of a sudden?
Mr. Naruhodo, be careful! It must be the trunk!
Whoa, jeez! That actually got me.
Toby! Oi! What are you doing? You gotta lick his face off! Mr. Naruhodo! Mr. Naruhodo! Snake! Snake! Gina, quickly! Hail a carriage!
Bum, bum, ba-da-da.
He's been licked to death! It'd be fine if we're back at
Last
St.
one.
Sinners. Like, wow, he sustained heavy damage.
His face has been licked clean off.
Wake up, Mr. Naruhodo, wake up. Rise and shine. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, are you alright? Yeah, screw that. We need to look at this chest. Let me see that chest. There's a...
Scratch marks.
Mmm,
Or whatever
that's
that
a
is.
slash.
Oh, someone's
There's
tried to cut it
something
open.
in there, too. Ah!
There's blood.
We have a lot to look at here. Let's start with this.
Have you seen that huge gash across the side of that trunk here? Oh, it's going right through the leather and into the metal behind.
Just gonna let that one soak for a little bit. Gosh, her mouth feels like this has been so badly damaged. Whatever made the gash must have struck the side of the trunk with considerable force.
I wonder how it happened. Strawberry jam.
No, it's
There's a
obviously
stark stain
raspberry.
I don't know my fruits. Do you think?
It's obviously blueberry jam. Yes, I'm afraid so. I think it's blued. It is what? It's blued. What's blued?
Blued.
It's blued. It's blued.
Ugh, I knew you were going to say that. So that presumably means...
That someone bled all this chest. How inconsiderate.
How could you do that?
That this was present at the scene when Inspector Gregson was killed. It's the most logical conclusion, yes.
To think Gina's been carrying this around with her. If you didn't know any better, I suppose it does look like a grease stain from all the fish and chips. Well, I mean,
Oopsie.
could be, but I don't know. Let's have a look inside. Ooh. Look, there's something inside.
Oh, let's see. It appears to be a passport, authorizing him to travel overseas, to France more than likely.
Oh yeah, it's true. Was Inspector Gregson about to go on a trip abroad then?
Perhaps the date of departure might tell us something. That was... oh. Anyway, it was for travel on 31st October, just one day before the incident.
What was that?
You-
What?
There was a part where he was like, "Oh, what is it?"
Oh, I thought that was Susato supposed to be saying that. Gregson went to France the day before his body was discovered.
Wait, he went to France the day before?
So he's been to France already?
Is
it
it
was
to
issued
travel?
for travel to France.
The name Tobias Gregson, passport number, that doesn't probably matter as much. Day of departure, then 1 week from October 31st. Port of Dunkirk, France. Yeah. Per purpose of travel, please business notes. Person applicant and one additional person travel. Gee, I wonder who the additional person was.
Yeah.
Obviously Toby, the dog.
Miss Susato.
Ah, conscious again at last. A blessed relief, my dear fellow. After all, to drop dead after a moderate licking by a small terrier. Most unseemly. What is or isn't seemly is irrelevant here, Mr. Sholmes. I've fallen, I can't get up.
Oh, well, you see, I kind of agree with him. That would be a pretty lame way to go out.
I'm so glad there's no lasting damage. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, thank you. Did you bring me back here? Ah, what's this on my head? A bandage?
Sadly, we had no ice, so that's a compress of sugar water.
Sugar water?
Don't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. It's a first aid treatment that my father taught me.
Really? Oh, thank you.
Oh, actually, I wonder, like, how useful that is.
Yeah, I might have to look that up.
So, let's take tea when you're filling up to it. But of course, no sugar in the patient's cup.
Bump in my head is throbbing sweetly enough. Don't worry.
Whenever you feel ready, then. Don't mind me, I'll just be standing over here. You know, if you want to talk.
Do you want to talk?
Well, I mean...
Okay. Thank you for your concern, Mr. Sholmes.
My dear fellow, think nothing of it. I must say I was quite startled when I heard that you'd been attacked by a dog. I had brief flashbacks. For a moment, I feared the infamous murder of so many had come back from the dead. Again.
Oh, you mean the professor?
Fortunately, I see your prize Sotus unscathed. That stiff, turned-up collar of yours obviously afforded you some welcome protection.
Was that close to death?
I hardly doubt it.
All I really remember is the dog licking my face over and over and over again.
Well, if you wish to avoid such troubles in the future, a little mustard sprayed in your cheeks should do the trick. I should think that would balance the sweetness of your bandage rather splendidly. Anyway, I'm done talking.
Okay, he doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Let's see.
That's still kind of
We
weird.
need to go back to Fresno Street.
Really?
Yep.
Do we need to talk to Mr. Sandwich?
I'm trying to... Oh, we need to interact with Gina. Sandwich isn't here. He's probably in on the street or... I don't know where he is. Gina! Hey, girl. You okay?
What's going on?
After we almost died.
Gina, I'm really sorry.
It's daft, isn't it? If you asked me a year ago, the cops could go hang for all I cared. But we've gotta add police, ain't we? To catch the bludgers. So us divers can go about business in peace. That's not quite it, but sure.
Wait, sorry, I don't think I kind of heard that properly.
He said he was gonna teach me everything I need to know to be a detective. But all you got around to show me is where the best flaming fish and chip shops are.
Actually, that reminds me. Gregson said he was supposed to be going to Paris in the near future, didn't he? Is something wrong?
Oh, no. I'm sure I'm reading too much into things. It's just that the timing seems very coincidental. You know, the boss was acting a bit strange recently. Like he was always in a rush.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me just make sure. Move back. Oh, we didn't actually need to be back here. It's fine. It was for a thing I've already done on my own time. It's fine. Okay, back to Shonen Suite.
Good old Shomes, always caring about my safety.
Shh. You're gonna hear something kind of weird here. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear. What happened here? What on earth is going on in here? Am I having a bad dream?
Ah, no. It's an old German folk song. Rather a fine rendition, I think.
That's the least of my concerns.
Iris?
Iris, what's the matter?
Iris, quit acting like you're 10 years old.
She wouldn't have happened to,
Killed a man.
Hmm.
Who was that sprawling, that relaxed gentleman over there?
Iris? She even listening?
Excuse me, sir. I do apologize for troubling you whilst you're singing so merrily, but would you be kind enough to explain the situation? Yeah, he's obviously singing right now.
Well, that worked.
A crooning gentleman and a mute young girl. A rather tantalizing juxtaposition. And one that appears to have incited the gods of deduction within me to find their voices too. Joke's on you, there's one last thing we're going to do together, it's the deduction thing. I forgot, the last case, I was mistaken. There is one more that we have to do. Ah, Mr.
Yep.
Sholmes, do you mean? The strains of reasoning within me are playing now as a delightful duet. One melody sings of a reunion full of nostalgia. Is there something in your mouth? Or are you just not talking? Whilst the other is a morose theme about the great secret you're trying so desperately to conceal, Iris.
Oh. She's turned as white as a sheet.
No. We've seen Why as a Sheet. Scythe and her daughter.
Yeah. They are sickly pale.
Or healthily pale. So as usual, you've instantly seen to the very heart of the matter. Oh, I can't wait to see what he figured out here. And by the time my own brief performance is over, I feel sure this gentleman's song will reach its finale. So then, to Musicland, where all is sweetness and delicacy and harmony. Pray, do enjoy Herlock Sholmes' latest Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. The game is afoot.
Here we go. I swear, this water is not helping me.
It's because he's been talking a lot. Water can only do so much. It is not a lubricant, though. Firstly, we consider this gentleman's nationality. Clearly, he's a German with no grasp of the English language. Yeah, clearly.
I don't think so.
As evidenced by a Germanic song he sings and his apparent inability to understand when asked to desist. So, why is the man here at all, and in such apparently high spirits? The answer, of course, Iris, is clearly known to you. Indeed, we need only follow the gaze of those bright young eyes to another particular part of this mystery. She has something in her mouth, she must.
Yeah.
The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the herbal tea. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously offered our German guest a cup of your latest herbal blend. The tea's delectable flavor has made the man's spirits soar, and resulted in this joyful ditty tumbling incessantly from his lips. I eagerly await sampling the flavor myself, that I may join the fellow in a state of elation. What is in your mouth, Iris? Mm.
She don't want to say.
Now to the next question. Who exactly is this gentleman availing himself so thoroughly of the SETI? As it happens, a number of years ago now, a certain gentleman of German origin engaged my services in solving a particularly delicate case. He required the retrieval of letters once sent to an acquaintance that might have proved problematic. In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived in my office in a mask. The gentleman's name was Wilhelm Gostreich Sigismund von Ornstein. Wow, I managed to pull that one off!
How?
The King of Germany. I don't know, just Sholmes compels me to speak better, I guess, by sounding like a complete nutjob. If my memory serves, the mask worn by this gentleman is identical. Yes, there can be no question, that mask belongs to the King of Germany. I don't think it does. It would appear that His Majesty remembers the fine service I afforded him, and has decided to show his face again, mask and all, in order to express his gratitude. A well-mannered monarch indeed. Wouldn't you agree, my dear fellow? I says like I have no idea what he was talking about.
He's kind of weird.
Hurley's really on right now. So, the identity of this masked visitor is in fact my former client, the King of Germany. Indeed, his son is currently in London as well, enjoying the wonders of the Great Exhibition. Oh, you mean the balloon kid? Remember him?
I don't think that's true. I don't think he would like to go to the exhibition. I don't think.
But he was there.
Scary.
He wanted one balloon.
Yes.
I am very rich.
Of course you are.
Which leaves us with one remaining imponderable. Yes, you, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that is concealed in her mouth, dummy! A £5 note, I believe. I must say, as your compatriot, I am deeply saddened. It would appear that you've allowed yourself to be bribed into silence by His Royal Highness, earning yourself some spending money in exchange for keeping quiet about the King's secret. And now, the final piece of the puzzle. What is this secret you strive to hide with your silence, Iris? Ah yes, we need only follow the brief, involuntary twitch of your eyes to find the answer. You were attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. Are you sure? My favorite coffee cup, in fact. I'm a little sad about that. Or should I say, the handle of my favorite coffee cup. It appears that His High-Spirited Highness broke in the midst of his high jinks. Which leads us to the sad truth. My favorite coffee cup has been broken by the King of Germany! And Iris, you try to conceal it from me! I shall have a bill sent via governmental channels to the German royal family for its replacement.
Bro, I don't know.
The Germans will pay for this.
Cuss you!
This concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this painful puzzle.
Bro, I don't think that's true, man.
Yeah, this song's a bop.
Yeah. This makes you kind of just want to step from side to side, like, very slowly.
Yeah, and awkwardly with a face of, like, I don't know what I'm doing here. With your silence as well. The fellow's jovial warbling rather rings in the ears, does it not? Mr. Sholmes, I must say something does rather trouble me. Pray, Mr. Sato, do tell. His Royal Highness doesn't appear to have moved a muscle since we arrived. Did Iris kill a man? Ah.
He stabbed him. Yeah, and you haven't said a word either, Iris. Mr. Sholmes has it all right. You might as well own up to it now.
If he has it right.
Yeah. Did you, break something?
Your reasoning isn't entirely without substance, I must admit.
And one other thing, Mr. Sholmes.
Yet another grievance, Mr. Naruhodo. Surely not.
Well, actually, I read the story of that case recently, the one you were just describing. And according to that at least, it wasn't the King of Germany, it was the King of Bohemia.
Well, frick. I mean, goodness, was it?
Oh, it just went like straight up like, oh, oops.
Yes, that's quite true. Master Gotts, the prince, testified to that in court. In his words, I have come to see the great exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia. I would ask you to keep that minor error to yourselves. It could easily become quite a scandal. I believe, Mr. Naruhodo, that it's our turn now to make some corrections to a number of minor errors that may have slipped in.
Yes, even Mr. Sholmes is willing to admit he might be slightly wide of the mark this time. Although it's clear that Iris is definitely hiding something. We need to find out the truth behind this mysterious scene.
But one truth is incontrovertible. My favorite coffee cup is no more.
Dude, I get that, but you need to suck it up, Buttercup.
So, shall we embark again? On a joint presentation of Herlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
I am.
I think there's something
I'd
weird.
like to hold my coffee cup, but I can't do that anymore.
I'm sorry, man. Oof.
Firstly, we consider the gentleman's nationality. Clearly, he's a German with no grasp of the English language. As evidenced by the Germanic song he sings and his apparent inability to understand when asked to desist. So, why is the man here at all and in such apparently high spirits? The answer, of course, Iris, is clearly known to you. Indeed, we need only follow the gaze of those bright young eyes to unravel that particular part of this mystery. The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the herbal tea. Well, no.
So what? It's some mix of herbs that gives you the urge to sing?
Goodness, I should like to try some.
And I like to hear you singing. But this man, so long does he intend to keep up that tune, do you suppose?
As I said, he's been stock still the entire time. If you look closely, his lips aren't moving.
Yeah.
His lips aren't moving either.
Ah.
So I'm not sure what's actually responsible for spirited singing. But I suspect the answer lies at the end of Iris's gaze.
Yeah, it couldn't be that phonograph, right?
No, couldn't possibly. It's actually a gramophone! Look at this gramophone!
Dang. I keep confusing those ones. Gee whiz.
I'm not really sure what the difference is between a phonograph and a gramophone. Or a record player. I'm pretty sure they're basically the same thing.
All I say it just because of that one line, though. The reason of this for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the gramophone.
Indeed, for no well-bred gentleman would break into an obscure folk song when making a social call. In other words, this gentleman isn't singing at all. In fact, it would appear the fellow is unconscious.
Could you please turn that off now, then? Ah, the music seems to have stopped now.
I ask you, Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes?
why would I have purchased a recording of that gibberish?
How should I know?
Well, anyway, never mind. On with the deduction. Who exactly is this gentleman availing himself so thoroughly of the city? As it happens, a number of years ago now, a certain gentleman of German origin engaged my services in solving a particularly delicate case. He required the retrieval of letters once sent to an acquaintance that might have proved problematic. In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived in my office in a mask. The gentleman's name was Wilhelm Gostreich Sigismund von Ormstein.
Did it again.
Yeah! The King of Germany.
You mean Bohemia?
If my memory serves, the mask worn by this gentleman is identical. Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to the King of Germany.
Although we've already established that was actually the King of Bohemia.
It seems Mr. Sholmes intends to persist with his Germany theory for some reason.
Come to think of it, the young prince was wearing a mask as well, wasn't he?
Also, that folk song is German. It's about, like, having a beer and basically passing out.
Oh, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Master Gotts? The boy whom you had in tears?
Don't remind me, or anyone else.
Do you suppose all members of the aristocracy of mainland Europe wear masks?
I'm sure they do. Well, probably anyway. The point is, that mask doesn't belong to any king.
No, that's right. As we well know. Because we can identify the true owner of this mask. Do you remember who it is?
Yeah, wasn't it Cosmo that was wearing it?
Sure was.
Cosmo! Yes, there can be no question. The mask belongs to Cosmo Azuki.
I was just going to say that. In other words, my memory is sublimely unreliable.
Thanks for letting us know.
Hey, you're finally honest about it.
Hey. Only you could try to make that sound positive. Cosmo's mask has been languishing on this metal chest for several days. Though that doesn't explain why the gentleman is wearing it now.
But it is now a simple matter to determine our guest's true identity. After all, the gentleman is unconscious. We need only excuse ourselves in advance, gently lift the mask, and peer beneath it. What? No way, it's Mikotoba.
No.
It's crazy.
Not that same guy.
Not the
Oh,
guy we saw a little bit ago wearing the same getup.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Ah! Father! I'm afraid, Mr. Sato, your father's dead. You must be missing. No! I think not, Mr. Sholmes. Then it would appear our logic and reasoning has once again revealed the truth. This mysterious visitor is my unconscious father, Eugene Mikotoba.
Logic and reasoning? Or just looking and saying? King of Germany, indeed.
Bohemia.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Bohemian.
An entire rhapsody. Which leaves us with one remaining imponderable. Yes, you young Iris. I don't know what I was doing.
I like how you can do that sentence, but you can say that that other name. Like,
yeah, well, things are tough, alright? Life's tough, okay? But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that knapsack.
So that's a 5-pound note poking out from Iris's knapsack, is it?
Oh dear, I can't be sure. Most money that we encounter is in coin form.
I know. I'm not even sure if we've seen any banknotes here in Britain at all, have we?
But anyway, Father would never have paid money for Iris' silence.
I don't know. Maybe he could have. He certainly seems like the silent type himself, though, judging by his present state. There must be some other reason for Iris' silence, I suppose.
Perhaps what Iris is trying hard so... Perhaps what Iris is trying so hard not to give away with her eyes is something entirely different.
Hold her nose. That'll make her speak.
Hold her nose. What is she... I mean... It's gotta be the metal chest.
Yeah, whatever's in there. Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that metal chest.
An excellent observation. But upon closer inspection, there is something different about this chest's appearance. Yeah, it's not the same one that's usually here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, it's unlocked. is kept locked at all times, yet now the catch is open. Evidently, this has something to do with your refusal to speak, Iris. But it's a simple enough matter to incite you to speak, I'm sure. I merely need to open this chest. Here we go. No! Hurley, don't!
Oh! Oh!
I think we discovered how this happened.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Sholmes! Hurley!
He's dead.
Never! Oh, Hurley. I told you not to open it.
So you found your voice now, Iris.
Ah!
In other words, what just happened clearly reveals the truth here. Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is...
This is somewhat different to the usual
This is
dance
somewhat-
introduction you
Oh.
perform, Mr. Sholmes, isn't it?
Well, he's left me alone on the ballroom floor, so I'm going to have to dance this next part solo. And anyway, I need to get to the bottom of this, for my own peace of mind. Now then, this isn't usually the silent type, so...
You mean you don't actually know the answer yet? Despite that knowing point of the finger before?
Mrs. Sato, sometimes a man needs to point his finger first and think later.
Oh, well, if you say so. I think we better examine Iris more closely, and try to rescue the situation then.
Oh, the key.
Hmm.
You must find the key. Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is that key behind your back.
Ah!
When Mr. Sholmes was thrown into the air before, just before you called out to try to stop him, you slipped something out of your mouth. That something is the key now in your hands, no doubt. The key to this chest.
You're so clever, Bruno!
So now it becomes clear. Thanks to Mr. Sholmes' graphic demonstration, we can well imagine what happened here.
But...
Professor Mikotoba also opened that metal chest only to be punched into the air.
Man, Iris killed 2 people. Crazy.
Wow. Atlantis sprawled onto the settee. Gee whiz.
But wait, that doesn't explain all the facts. What about the stylish scarf? And the cup of tea? Above all, why would he be wearing Cosmosoma's mask?
Well, for those curious details, I could think of only one explanation. Clearly, an unbelievable miracle took place in this room.
You're starting to sound like Sholmes now.
I mean, I have no facts whatsoever.
Exactly!
Isn't that right, Iris? Consider how the room was arranged before this whole painful experience took place. When Professor Mikotoba opened the chest, completely unaware of what awaited him inside.
Oh, it all flung open and fell on him.
The mask was flung into the air just as he was, only to land neatly on his face when it fell back down. And the teacup strayed through the air ended up when it caught on the unconscious professor's finger.
You mean to say it's the stylish scarf?
It's actually just a tablecloth. This is the great detective's office, after all, a place of miraculous deductions. Would you expect anything less?
Yes, you're right. It happened exactly as you said. Brilliant, Runo!
This concludes Ryunosuke Naruto's great deduction of this punchy puzzle.
So then, why don't I make a fresh pot of tea for us all? Iris, we're not done here.
Oh,
That's right, I have my own
Uh-oh.
objection line. An admirable performance, Mr. Naruhodo.
you get up fast.
Well, I am the main character of the story. But in the, in the final act of the show there, you rather missed everything of importance.
Mr. Sholmes.
That's me. If you would cast your mind back to my earlier deduction. Which one? Iris, clearly you're hiding a great secret.
Oh.
Ah!
She is? And look on her face.
I mean, why would she be hiding the key?
That's true. Mr. Sholmes must be right. Whatever that great secret is, the cat isn't out of the bag yet.
So I put to you again. You were attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. Sholmes, that ain't it, dude. It really is a shame about Mr. Sholmes' cup.
It must have been smashed when Professor Mikotoba opened the chest.
Oh dear. So many things seem to have been broken here.
But now that the deduction has taken a different direction, Iris doesn't seem to be trying to hide the broken cup anymore.
In other words, her great secret is something else.
Let's put our observation skills to work here one final time then. Now, surely this time at last, the knapsack is going to be the answer.
I'm really not sure why you're so intent on showing Iris' bag to be complicit in these events.
Because it's a sizable bag, big enough to...
Big enough to carry things around, Miss Naruhodo? That's what bags are for?
So, the knapsack might never see the limelight, you mean?
I really wouldn't like to say.
Ah, cabbage.
What is this? Oh, apparently not important.
Oh. What is the thing then? Well, there's the handle for his teacup. I guess.
Sounds like these where I look at the guide, but like, the fact I can't actually figure it out is bothering me.
Would it be the handle then? Oh wait,
No,
look
that is a
under the
coffee
plate. Wait, look under
Huh?
the plate. Yeah, that.
Dude,
I thought
good
there was something
eye.
right there. Yeah, cause oh, my water. I thought that plate didn't look the same color on the top and at the bottom. You're attempting to abscond with that case file.
Iris, as you know very well, nothing escapes the attention of a great detective. Oh no.
Oh yeah, and then it goes back to this. We visited Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory earlier today. And Dr. Gorey informed us that the autopsy report of Clint von Zeeks had gone missing.
Clint von Zeeks.
Did she just wink?
Yes, I do. I don't think she did, but
Hmm.
for later. That's some years ago I asked to see the report in question. You were with me, weren't you, Iris?
You mean it was you, Iris? So those papers you have there are...
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
But why
Why would
you
you
try
steal
to
them?
Yeah, why? Is there something that you're not supposed to let anybody else know then?
I did it.
You sure did.
I mean, I might have had a
Definitely
little
wasn't
help,
a
but in truth, I would like to have thought I could have predicted the booby-trapped chest. But it caught me completely off guard. I was very nearly the late consulting detective Herlock Sholmes.
And that must have hurt really bad.
I'm sorry, Hurley.
So you mean this autopsy report really is...
Yes, I took it from the lab, even though I knew it was very important. Was there something in it that troubled you, Iris? Not exactly something that troubled me. Something I've been looking for. When I saw this report, when I saw the writing in it, I knew it was Daddy's.
The writing?
Your father's writing? What do you really mean?
Iris? It must be something that's hard for her to talk about.
Forgive me for interrupting, my dear fellows.
Mr. Sholmes, what is it?
I feel as though the poor unconscious gentleman in the settee's been somewhat forgotten.
Ah! Father!
Perhaps we should find our guest somewhere more peaceful to rest. Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes?
would you be so kind as to lend him your bed? We must do our very best to make him comfortable, I feel.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll help you carry him up.
So will I.
No, I can manage alone, thank you. You have tea to enjoy. We wouldn't want Iris's brood to stew.
Because there's no better way to make the professor comfortable than dragging him upstairs like a trunk.
Thunk, 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 thunk.
It's like,
He'll
man,
wake
he
up
sure is
eventually.
getting up for a while. Just not in this lifetime. I wonder. Perhaps that was deliberate. Maybe Mr. Sholmes is making himself scarce to give Iris a chance to talk more freely.
We must use this opportunity to talk with Iris. And find out what's going on.
What's the matter, darling? Are you feeling okay? Would you like to tell us about it, Iris? And about your father?
I'm sure I told you before, didn't I? That Daddy used to be Hurley's partner. Yes, and that notes about all the cases... Excuse me. And that notes about all the cases they solved together kept inside that metal chest. That's right. Hurley told me, you see. He said that Daddy's somewhere far away now, so he can't meet.
That's one way of describing it.
Then, when I secretly unlocked the chest and read through the papers inside, I started to build a picture in my head of what Daddy must be like.
Well, that's only natural.
You're just like any other girl your age. I read that Daddy was a professor of medical science, so I studied and took my degree too.
Well, that's only natural. I suppose.
In that respect, you're not quite like any other girl of your age, though. But
Yeah, you're even better.
there was one thing I could never find out. Daddy's name.
Ah!
His name wasn't anywhere on the notes that he'd made about his work with Hurley. But then one day...
That's what happened, is it? When you saw this autopsy report, you finally managed to work it out. Is that right?
Yes,
So it was the handwriting in the report that caught her eye.
when I saw the writing on that report, I could hardly believe it. I know that handwriting, I thought to myself.
Guess it was the same writing you'd seen on your father's case notes.
Exactly. I was desperate to compare the two properly. I needed to see them side by side. I asked the doctor in the laboratory, but I was told I couldn't take the report away. And even worse, I was told that was the first and last time I'd be allowed even to look at it there.
So you decided. Deal it.
When I compared the autopsy report with the case notes I had here, there was no doubt. The handwriting was exactly the same. It was Daddy's. And the signature of the coroner at the bottom of the autopsy report.
Read Dr. John H. Wilson.
So that's how I finally found out. I learned Daddy's name at last.
I see.
Ever since then, I've called myself Iris Wilson. And that's also when I had the brilliant idea of writing stories all about Daddy's exciting times with Hurley. I decided there and then I'd write the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Oh, Iris. I had no idea the stories had quite such a deep personal significance for you.
I can see why the autopsy report was so important to her now. We should probably take that back. And why she was prepared to break the law to get her hands on it. But you can't arrest a little girl for doing that, can you?
No, not really. That would kind of fall upon Sholmes, though. I must apologize, Iris. This is really all my fault. Hurley? I made a promise, you see, that until the time was right, I'd keep the details about your father a secret. I know. I've been very naughty. I'll take the autopsy report back to Dr. Gory and apologize. I promise. Yes. We'll go together, I think. Then, let me look after it for you until we get there.
We're just gonna, like, skim over that real quick before we take it back, you know, just...
It could be important. We have so much evidence, man. We have almost 3 whole pages.
God,
okay.
Every single thing.
Coroner, John H. Wilson. We knew that. Clint Von Zeeks, 33. He's British. We know.
British.
He's British. 31st May between 9 and midnight. Okay. Observation death from a single stab wound to the heart. Yikes. Other superficial external wounds indicative of a duel.
Wait.
Was this a mistake? Did he accidentally kill Clint?
Oh.
Additional notes.
Oops.
Recent scarlet ink stains visible on the little and ring finger of the right hand, but no document corresponding ink was found. Autopsy findings. Vital evidence were recovered from the victim's stomach during autopsy. Credit to Inspector Gregson for petitioning so doggedly for an autopsy procedure. No internal trauma noted in her body. What? What evidence from stomach?
What do you mean? Oh, wait. Wait, could the collar have been put there? Maybe?
Ugh.
That would have been nasty. But if he died from a stab wound to the heart, that means he wasn't torn apart by a dog, like everyone was talking about.
Well, no. It's just everyone else that was. I must go and water my herbs, I think. I'll see you all later.
Poor Iris. She must be feeling awful. I know Mr. Sholmes is here for her, but still.
Ah!
Bye.
What?
Bye,
How? What's the meaning of this, Mr. Sholmes?
Mr. Sholmes?
Oh, dear me. So, you've noticed, I see. But that would mean...
What on earth's the matter, Mr. Sato? You turned as white as a sheet.
It's this autopsy report, Mr. Naruhodo. The one from 10 years ago. The writing isn't Dr. Wilson's at all. It isn't?
Brrr?
There's his signature. Do we have anything else that has his writing on it? Or is anyone else's signature?
I'm not sure. Ugh. Ugh.
Gregson's photograph, crime scene floor plan. These aren't signed. The only other thing that's signed... Let's see. No. Hey, how do you know this isn't his?
Yeah, oh, what do you mean? How could you possibly know that?
Because I know this writing very well. This writing. It's my father's. Huh?
Professor Mikotoba's.
Indeed, it's true. And now you know, my dear fellows.
No, I don't know anything.
Precisely.
What on earth does all this mean, Mr. Sholmes? Because the idea that's slowly forming in my mind is just too extraordinary to believe. Please, you have to explain.
Well, since I'm here and all.
Help. So,
Help.
Help me. So this autopsy report was actually penned by Professor Mikotoba then? That makes no sense. It's not possible, surely.
Not possible. My dear fellow, pray take a deep breath and think again.
I can't think.
Yes, you're right. In some ways, it actually makes a great deal of sense.
It does?
10 years ago is when Father returned to Japan after his extended study tour in Britain. And prior to his return, where was Dr. Mikotoba engaged?
Ah, of course. He was an assistant in Dr. Wilson's laboratory, learning about forensic science.
And as an assistant, he would have aided with the dissection work, making detailed notes, which would be assembled into a full autopsy report. Once the work was complete, the head coroner would check the contents and put a signature on the document. In other words, the only writing of Dr. Wilson's in the report would be his signature at the end.
I see. Saris got the wrong end of the stick, you mean? She saw that and assumed the whole report had been written by Dr. John H. Wilson.
Which is very understandable, of course.
What a complicated situation. Oh, okay. That still get very confusing, though.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, most of what we know about you, Mr. Sholmes, comes from the published stories of your exploits.
Yes, The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, written by Iris.
We really have no way of knowing what's fact and what's fiction.
Most troubling for you, my dear fellow, I am sure.
So what about this partner of yours? Did he really exist or not?
Ah, you've come straight to the point, I see. And please come straight to the answer. I believe Iris explained it in one of her installments. He was a trusted comrade, and the only person I could have truly called a friend. And did this partner of yours truly make a record of all your cases? Are his notes really stored inside that metal chest? Absolutely, my dear madam. Absolutely.
So, where's your partner now?
We rarely meet. You see, he lives on the other side of the world.
But if this autopsy report and records of all your old cases were penned by the same hand, and if the autopsy report was written, though not signed, by your famous partner, there would be only one logical conclusion.
Pray, impress me.
Your partner would have to be Eugene Mikotoba. In other words, Miss Susato's father.
Pardon my word, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes?
You are coming along wonderfully. You have hit upon the method at last.
Wait, what?
You finally grasped the art of deduction.
You mean to say...
Allow me to introduce you to my great friend and partner, Mikotoba.
Professor Mikotoba? Huh. What in the world?
Does this mean that you're the real Dr. Wilson? No. My dear, I'm still my old self, Yuji Mikotoba, your father. Oh, of course.
This is obviously too much for Susato-san to take in.
I must say, though, How my old friend has attained worldwide celebrity as a great mystery solver is the greatest mystery of all.
I still remember the first time we met. Ah, Perry, remind me, when was it again, Mikotoba?
Didn't you just say you remember the first time? 16 years ago, Sholmes.
Ah, yes, quite. 16 years ago.
I just arrived from Japan with Seishiro and Genshin. I was in search of lodging close to the hospital, some comfortable rooms at a reasonable price.
But rents are devilishly high in this particular area. Well, that one.
That's right. So I decided I needed someone to share lodgings and the expense, and was fortunate enough to be introduced to Sholmes, who found himself in a similar situation.
I was a callow fellow back then, a mere shadow of the great detective you see before you now. I was working in the hospital's chemical laboratory at the time, indulging my curiosities for little gain.
And the situation of our cohabitation led us to pursuing cases together, you see. Hard to believe. It was a mere 6 years. We had a great many adventures.
But in the last year of Mikotoba's stay in Britain, that most infamous of cases presented itself. The case with which you become rather familiar yourselves, the Professor killings.
After the trial, Seishiro and I were summoned back home.
Hardly surprising, given the circumstances.
So there you have it. And as you know, all the details recorded by my trusty chronicler remain in that metal chest.
This is just amazing. Professor Mikotoba really is Mr. Sloan's famous partner. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but what else does that mean?
Wait, then does that mean he had an affair?
Put it together. Yeah, Iris is his kid.
Oh no.
You have a stepsister!
You played around.
Father,
Goodness, my dear, what a cutting look!
as your daughter, I'm very proud to learn that you were the great detective's great partner. But nevertheless, there's another mystery that I really must ask you to explain now.
And that is...
You know very well what it is. The unresolved matter of Iris's father.
Ah, of course, I'd almost forgotten about that one.
I should have seen this coming, I suppose.
Bad. That's why y'all never play around, kids.
Iris told us that all the notes about the great detective's adventures that are in the metal chest were written by her father. Isn't that correct, Mr. Sholmes? That is indeed what I told young Iris. But if you're Mr. Sholmes' partner, father, and you wrote all those case notes, then Iris's father must be you.
Ah!
This is making me cringe. I don't like stuff like this. Ooh.
Pardon my word, Mr. Sato. You are coming along wonderfully as well. You too have hit upon the method at last. You finally grasp the art of deduction.
What? Sholmes!
What you've always told me, father, is that my mother died when I was born 16 years ago. And you left me in grandmother's care whilst you embarked on your study toward Britain. And I've always accepted that. But all this about Iris...
Ooh, there it is. Sato-san's ice-cold stare.
Nope, now hold on a minute. It was very complicated. I mean, it's really not what you think.
I think it is.
Then perhaps I'd like to explain exactly what it is?
There it is. Now the ice go from ice-cold to red-hot just before she...
No, really! You've got the wrong end of the stick! Sholmes, say something, man!
What should I say? I have to go! Bye-bye! I'm suddenly finding myself very, very busy.
Oh,
That's quite enough, my fiery fellows.
Mr. Sholmes? When did he get all dressed up?
When they were asking questions. Whilst I don't like to interrupt this exciting exploration of the past, Mikotoba and I have an urgent matter that requires a short excursion. But it's very late, Mr. Sholmes. Where must you go? Why, my dear madam, is that not obvious? My partner and I must pursue our natural enemies. So, get your coat, Mikotoba. The game is afoot.
But Sholmes!
I really must give Susato a full explanation, I think. Later, my dear fellow, later. That can wait. Our carriage waits downstairs already. You avoided for 16 years. You can avoid it a little longer. You haven't changed one iota, have you? I mean, really. I visit her home after 10 long years. And when I open that chest and feel nostalgia, I quite inexplicably pass out. And as if that wasn't enough, when I eventually regain consciousness, I'm plunged straight into all this. Father, please. Go with Mr. Sholmes now. What? I've no doubt that whatever happened, you were acting in everyone's best interests. I trust you. Completely. Susato. And sending the great detective and his great partner off of renewed adventures together is more than I could have hoped for in my wildest dreams. Very well then. We'll speak again later. So, I believe your own work is done for the day. I wish you the best of luck for tomorrow. You will most certainly need it. Yes, Naruhodo. Good luck in battle. And reaching a decision.
Decision? Well, where does it go back to Japan, I suppose?
So much happened that day that I barely knew what to do with myself. It would only be later that I'd come to realize how amidst the chaos I'd unleashed were all the clues I needed to finally unearth the truth. And that all the turmoil was necessary to give me the resolve to see everything through.
I'm still cringing at that last part, though. Yeah, I sure. Well, I don't wish anything bad on anybody, but I sure hope your wife, like, tells you, like, oh, I'm actually going to die. You go ahead and find yourself a new wife or something. Because if you didn't, oh boy, oof.
Well, about those moral and ethical quandaries, that's the end of the episode. We have one more case, 4 episodes. Let me just make sure that's right. Yes, 4 more episodes to go until the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is concluded. So, thank you all so much for watching. You know what to do. Do the things. Tell us how much you like or don't like this stuff. You know how it goes. And, we'll see y'all in court.